to get things started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational, this is what we call the Keeler Show!
Hi, Billy Mays here with the brand new Keeler Kill Switch. When that morning show starts yapping about something you can't stand, don't reach for the dial. Just press this big red button and BAM!
This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
I have wasted my time. You say time is never wasted, but I think I've wasted mine, 'cause I've been sitting and waiting. You said you always learn, but you gain nothing by complaining. But I said I wish I could rewind. Stop wasting my time.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Davey. Good morning, Manaski. Good morning to everyone, to all. And it's Tuesday morning. Lots to get to here today. We're going to talk to Jonathan Savage in a few minutes as the U.S. has launched new strikes against Iran. And this time, we're going to knock them out. This time, we're going to knock them into submission.
Okay, but how?
That's all to come. That's from the president yesterday. So we'll see what happens. Yesterday, we talked about the Boilermaker, and when I finally got up there to sing with Showtime, there was this kid, we've called him Pinky. I've heard a lot of different names, like Pinky Tuscadero, Pinky Stinky, I don't know, whatever. But it's so funny because Nancy Ford gave pictures, said, I got a photo gallery of all the photos. I separated them. And by the way, there's a photo gallery up on our website right now. Nancy's work is so good. She just captures emotion. And you can see that photo gallery up on our website at WIBX950.com. And she said, I separated those photos. I took some photos of you on stage singing with Showtime. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I open them up, and every one has Pinky in the photo. Like, not just in the photo. He's either in the background. I'll show you these pictures in a little bit. Either in the background, and maybe I can put them up on YouTube. I might be able to do that. He's either in the background, or he's like right in my face. Or he's holding onto his leg like it's a guitar. I don't think I could do that anymore. Anyway.
Oh, my goodness. The flexibility to be young again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you have to squat down as an umpire.
I do.
That ain't easy.
No.
I think actually the squatting down is simple. It's the getting back up.
Well, you know what's funny? And
You're more of a crouch than a squat.
No, it is kind of a squat.
Okay.
I joke with the other umpires about this because I don't know if it's age-related or what, but yeah, you are squatting, 150, sometimes over 200 times a night. And the first week of the season, you can see it in my walk that I haven't squatted that much, in the off season. So, but your body adjusts quickly. But the problem I have is being in the field where you're standing straight up on your feet.
It's a different world.
Yeah, and my lower back locks up, so I almost prefer the plate because you're
stretching things out.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I got to tell you,
it's funny because it's not like I can't stretch when I'm there.
Yeah.
But how much are you going to do before it looks like you're trying to do in-game entertainment?
The older you get as an umpire, what I've observed, and it goes all the way from where you are now to probably where you would have been in high school if you really start
Mitch
there.
McConnell?
There's a story on that too. We're going to get to that coming up. All the way to the story I'm going to tell you of the ump that I remember. But I think you go from a squat to your squat becomes simply a step. Like for some, as you get older, and they're their flexibility gets worse, but their eyesight must get better because they don't squat down at pitch level anymore. Mm-hmm. They just take that, usually if they're right-handed, they take that right foot and step forward and expect everybody to believe, okay, he just squatted. He squatted down there. No, he just took a step forward with his right foot. That's all he really did. So there was an umpire that had to be like 90 years old when my son was playing, and everybody loved him. And now his difference, though, was he squatted before he got behind the plate. That's just how he walked. You ever see the old cowboy that had, I don't know, maybe he rode a horse too much and he had that rounded stance, or some guy that's lifting weights and probably taking steroids, they kind of crouch a little bit. They squat just a little bit and kick their arms out as if there's this guy just walked that way. It was almost like a wobble in. He didn't have to do anything. He was already crouched down and ready to go.
Yeah.
And out in the heat, I have to tell you, a lot of people didn't think that he was ever going to make it, but he did, and he was probably one of the better umpires. Maybe experience as time goes on will make you even better.
Yeah, and then I think you're more prone to adapt not only the posture physically, but the attitude posture of swing the bat. That's close enough, kid.
Yeah, and I also think, like we talked about pronunciations yesterday, and advice to somebody that we have worked with over the past. When pronouncing a word, if you don't know what the word is, the key is
confidence.
Confidence. Say it with confidence. Don't be choppy and slow. Just belt it out there. And you can always go back and say, well, that's the way I pronounce it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's how we pronounce it in the West or in the East. Here up north. Okay, I do want to get an update on the latest in the Iranian war. As all of this, we still exist. It still exists. And now President Trump saying that we are creating a new blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. We are reinstituting that. And despite Marco Rubio saying anyone charging in international waters is absolutely illegal, President Trump announced yesterday we're going to charge for anyone going through. Let's bring in Jonathan Savage from Fox News Radio. Jonathan, what do we know as we go to part number, I don't know what we are at, of the Iran war?
Yeah, firstly, you've rumbled my pronunciation strategy, so look out for that in future.
You ace it. You ace it.
This is part number whatever, isn't it? We should be 30 days roughly through the 60-day negotiating period in the Memorandum of Understanding. We should have negotiators talking about Iran's nuclear facilities, Iran's stockpiles, but it feels like we're back at square one. Military action all centered around the Strait of Hormuz, a problem which wasn't part of the calculation when this conflict began some months ago. So what we've got now is Iran continuing to fire missiles or drones at shipping in the Strait of Hormuz, and we've got the United States targeting the military capabilities that present a threat to those ships and civilian facilities in general. And what we have is what would appear to be a stalemate between the two sides. Neither seems willing to back down, and as you're saying, a return to a blockade.
It's interesting because the president this weekend said we're going to target the forces that Iran has along the Strait of Hormuz, which will eliminate the threat to the strait. Now, that has been something we have not been able to accomplish up to this point. And even when you think about it, just the fear alone, there are insurance companies who have to insure these ships as they go through the strait. Just fear alone can put a complete stop to the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes, Iran does not need to fire a drone at every single ship that attempts to transit the Strait of Hormuz. They just need to do it occasionally and show a willingness to do it as much as they want to do so. That is enough to scare off, you might say, shipping companies and insurers, and that is enough to drive up the price of oil, as we've been seeing today.
We're seeing maybe a 10% increase. It'll be coming quite soon to really at the gas pumps coming soon. So, all right, here we go. Again, Jonathan Savage, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jonathan Savage from Fox News Radio. Listen,
Coming
he can
this
pronounce
fall.
anything. He can pronounce anything.
He's got a wonderful voice.
And we're like, that's the way you're supposed to pronounce it.
Coming soon this fall, a 10% increase on gas prices. They're telling me they've never seen anything like it before.
If any other president did this, it would be 25%. But under President Trump, it's only going to be 10.
Calm down on YouTube. We're having a couple laughs here. At our own expense, by the way. We're all going to pay for this.
Ja Wick this morning says, I call him Pinkerton.
Pinkerton.
Pinkerton. Okay. Everybody has a name. And then, let's see. Bobby? Is it Bobby Salerno or Bobby Salerno?
I would guess Bobby.
Major League umpire.
Oh, okay.
Davey, what do you know? You would, of all people, you would know the answer to this.
Don't know what.
Salerno, umpire?
No, I don't.
It's either, everybody keeps on YouTube calling him Bo. So maybe it is Bobby, I don't know, or Bobby Salerno, an umpire from Utica in Major League Baseball.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did
didn't
see.
know that
You have it here?
No, I
All
did
right.
not.
You
I'm
can
searching for it now.
Search away. Listen, this
Boat
morning
anchor is a little slow this morning.
I don't know.
Alex Bobby Salerno.
Yeah. There you go.
Formation of Major League Umpires Union, which provides benefits that present-day signal callers still enjoy.
So that'd be a good grab to get on the air.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking at this from the Greater Utica Sports Hall of Fame.
That's cool.
Class of 2008.
Dr. Ken Hall is on this morning, former head of ER and MVHS and Wynn Hospital. Hobica's free money question of the day. Nancy Ford is the photojournalist who did our Boilermaker coverage. And Nancy is a long time. She's a Syracuse grad. She was with the OD for several years till she went out on her own and then became a part with me of Utica Daily News when we launched that a long time ago. We were just a little too early. We just couldn't find a way to make money online. Now that's where everybody makes their money.
Yeah.
Back then we were a little too early. Nonetheless, there is a story out there that, and I can show you some of this. There is a story out there, and Nancy's going to explain it. And believe it or not, it started with Laura Loomer, the far-right podcaster, influencer, et cetera, who was a huge supporter of President Trump, but now since the wars, both in Gaza and the current for us in Iran, she is very, very critical of the president. She brought to everybody's attention, and Nancy caught it. I think she caught it first, that the photo of Mitch McConnell with his wife in the hospital.
With the newspaper?
With the newspaper. Interesting, there's a newspaper, right? I mean, that's how you determine whether something is real. You put the day's newspaper in there, and then they're like, wow, this photo must have been taken on this date, because how else would you have the newspaper?
I'm surprised we're going down this road.
Well,
I caught
gotta
the conspiracy about this yesterday.
I got to tell you that she sent me some photos, and when you blow up the newspaper, you know what I'm going to say.
It's very grainy, and you can't see the words, right?
Well, it's not that. When you blow it up, AI mumbo jumbo pops up. So a lot of times AI in small print will just create these. It almost looks like another language.
Oh, wow.
And she sent me some photos that are pretty impressive, and we'll put those up when she's on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. But and the other thing that she caught that Loomer did not get into is because Nancy's like, I touch up photos every single day, and oftentimes I may put another head on a person. I may have to take the background away from a person. And she says when you zoom in to the hair of Mitch McConnell's wife, you can clearly see it's a different background. She said they did a very sloppy job of a AI and Photoshop in the photo. And the other thing that's very interesting, she went through their Facebook page, and all of the photos on Facebook were like I don't know, like a 1900 by 1080, something like that, in terms of resolution, pixels. This is like 600 by 300. It's a very small photo. So when you blow it up, it just becomes blurry.
Well, I have to tell you, I think I'm surprised here because I get teased a lot about the rabbit hole. Now I have not investigated or listened to the alleged investigators talk about this, but you're taking the lead on this one, huh?
I'm bringing Nancy on to let her tell us what she's seen.
The lead on this. Okay.
And I got to tell you, it was convincing to me. Now, is it possible? Here's where I'm going to throw in, and we'll see what Nancy says to this. Is it possible that the Washington Post or the New York Times, interesting, never ran the photo? Do they know something? The New York Times never ran the photo.
I would expect them to print what they know.
They printed a story, but they did not print anything yet about the photo being not real. So, but here's what could happen. If you give me a photo and it's poor resolution,
and it doesn't look good on the website.
Look good. It doesn't look good in front of you on your computer.
Well,
I can put that photo into AI and say, basically, I say, repair the photo.
Right.
Now, the problem with repairing a photo in AI is it'll basically recreate the photo. And it's going to be sometimes almost perfect. Other times, it might be kind of like if you were with Mitch McConnell every single day, you might look at the photo and say, okay, something's off about this photo. The other thing she pointed out, so they could have repaired it, which is unethical, I think, to be honest with you, for a newspaper like Washington Post. I would think it would be unethical. They could have repaired it, and that may be why you're getting the AI mumbo-jumbo on the newspaper. I don't know.
So just a quick thought, because I remember this was an issue when, and this was a while ago, and I know websites and technology are completely different nowadays, but when we first launched our website and we were heavy on the photos, photo galleries, and videos, there were certain standards that we needed for the image quality. Otherwise, it would look like crap on our website.
Correct.
Essentially, it would try to spread it out to our parameters.
You'd have to have like at least 72 DPI.
Whatever it was.
And then your photo would have to be a certain size in order to, otherwise, it would blow it up. You didn't want that because if it blows it up, it gets blurry.
It would get blurry.
And pixelated.
So I'm wondering if by some chance that's why somebody would want to repair it. I don't know. Just as I'm thinking about
this,
you'd
repair it if it's too small and you want a larger version and you want it clear. That's when you would go in and repair it. But when you're repairing it, it's not the real photo anymore.
Right.
That's a problem.
But what I'm saying is, though, I don't know, just my opinion, okay, and you have your own opinion, I don't know if for me that's unethical to do that if you're trying to meet a standard so you can share the given photo.
Here's why.
If you think it's real. Can I
argue with you on this
Absolutely.
one? Because here's why. Because I'm not going to be around for a week to be able to contest what you say.
I'm going to call you. We'll argue in the afternoon.
All right, good. All right, here's what I say to that. Why I say it's unethical, and, as a journalist, we'll get Nancy's take on this. I would be very interested. Why I think that would be unethical is because it recreates the photo, and the entire story is the authenticity and reality of that original photo. So if you recreate it, the story is no longer there.
You know what? That point of the argument I completely agree with. And that's why I was saying, if you believe it's real, if you're running the story to say, here's the update, and he sent up a photo from the hospital, and here's the picture they sent.
If you know it's real.
Right? I think that's okay. But if the story is about the authenticity of the photo, I agree. Then there's
if the story
that's the story.
If the picture if
we get a story of there's a run walk over the weekend and we have the 4 founders, whatever, standing at the start line. I'm just going to take that at face value and say, here's this photo they provided.
Your problem is if you're recreating, if there's a photo finish at the end and you recreate that photo,
I get it.
That you can't rely on that photo anymore.
It's fair.
And I think that this is your photo finish. photos. So if they did that, and I'm just saying if they did that, I would think it would be an incorrect move, personally. And we'll see what Nancy...
That's WAPO?
Yes. Washington Post. Okay, so there's all that going on, and we'll get into that. Nancy's going to come on and give us her take. Laura Loomer says something's up with that. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean, if that's true, is he incapacitated? Is it possible that the U.S. Senate lost 2 senators in a matter of a weekend? Or a matter of a couple of weeks?
Oh, yeah, because it's been a few weeks since he's actually been seen.
Well, he hasn't been seen in a month.
Yeah.
So, and we know he's not well.
I don't know. I'm in the hospital right now.
We know he's not well. We know he's not well. And he said, they're saying, well, listen, I didn't have a concussion. I fell, but I did not have a concussion. I fell, but I didn't hurt myself. I fell, and I had to go to the hospital. I fell, and I did not hurt myself, but I do have to have rehab.
He's got pneumonia, right? Or had pneumonia.
Yeah, like what's going on here?
And didn't he also say, what was it that he had as a child that has to do with...
He had polio.
Polio, I think that's what it was.
And then one more, he said as he's gotten older, it's harder for him to maneuver with polio. So the other thing that I would tell you that is kind of a bit on the interesting side is the way his hand holds the newspaper.
I've heard about this.
That's a little weird too. So the hair on the wife, the hand on the newspaper, and then the tag on the shirt is all mumbo jumbo. On his there's a brand tag on his shirt, and then somebody was saying, now we're going a little deeper here. Somebody's saying, well, if he's in the hospital, and this is a photo of him in the hospital. Why isn't there some sort of an IV or even some sort of a monitor keeping track of him? There's nothing like that. Well, but that's a reach as far as I'm concerned.
It could be, but somebody also brought up the point, if he's in a hospital bed like that and he did have pneumonia, I understand he's recovering now, but the fact that he's still in the hospital, that they dressed him up in the shirt.
Yeah, this might have been his day where he was waiting to go home or waiting to go to the rehab center. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, and then the FBI did a major search of Lindsey Graham's home, and they're saying that's just procedure. There's no evidence that anything was anything. It looks like he had a tear in his aorta, his heart, and that's what caused the heart attack.
Okay.
And that's crazy because that was unexpected.
It was very unexpected, and I'm not diving into any conspiracy here. I'm just noting something that struck me at the time. Look, if somebody has a tear, and I don't know, maybe Dr. Hall has a better, I'm sure he does have a better gauge on this than I do. But if you're saying there was a cardiac incident, essentially a tear in the heart, and that's what led to his death, I was surprised to see that they referred to it and continued to, initially and continued to, as a brief and sudden illness. If somebody had a heart attack or a heart event, you would say, he had a heart attack, he had this. You wouldn't say, he had a brief and sudden illness. Did he have cancer? No, he had a big heart incident. Like, you wouldn't call that a brief and sudden illness.
A lot of times, there's privacy. So the statement will come.
Fair enough.
They give some bogus line that doesn't say anything. So.
I understand the privacy, but then they come out the next day.
Well, then they released everything.
The coroner says in detail, here's what happened, and he likely had cardiovascular disease for the last 10 years.
And didn't know it.
Right.
Manaski has an update on the news here. It is Tuesday, July 14th, and also this morning on the radio, Jared Halpern is on later on, talking about Senator Graham's death, and we'll get into that. And Mighty John, the record guy, is on this morning. Some great records you might want to grab if you're ever at a garage sale that could be worth a lot of money. And Manaski's update coming up.
You know, around here, a good vehicle isn't just transportation. It's family time, weekend adventures, and getting where life takes you. Maybe you're loading up the kids for a day at the Utica Zoo, or you're heading north to Enchanted Forest Water Safari for the weekend. Or maybe you're pointing the hood south toward Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Wherever the road leads, you want to know your vehicle is ready for the trip. And right now at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, purchase any 4 Bridgestone tires and receive a $100 $150 rebate. It's a great time to upgrade your ride before your next adventure, because when you're headed somewhere important, peace of mind rides along too. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, driving our community since 1980. Trusted for quality, known for service, and helping get you there safely, mile after mile. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, Yorkville, Utica, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com. We'll keep the wheels turning so you can keep making memories.
This is Dan from Acme Pool and Spa on Commercial Drive in New Hartford, across from Texas Roadhouse. Get years of summer fun for you and your family with a new above-ground pool starting at just $89.99 installed. You can take advantage of our 0% in-house financing. We can have your new pool installed in about 10 days. Don't let the summer pass you by. If an in-ground pool is your dream, the experts at Acme will guide you through the process. There's nothing better than enjoying summer in your backyard with an in-ground pool. Don't miss out on our midsummer sale with above-ground pools starting at $89.99 installed within about 10 days with our in-house 0% financing. Or let the experts at Acme guide you through selecting a custom in-ground pool, choosing from steel or fiberglass options. That's Acme Pool and Spa on Commercial Drive in New Hartford, and our midsummer pool sale going on now. We do the work, you just enjoy.
The Sharp family has been serving Central New York plumbing and heating needs for over 100 years. Sharp Plumbing and Drain is a fully insured, licensed professional contractor providing both residential and light commercial installations and repairs. Give Frank and his team a call today at 315-796-5750. 315-796-5750. Sharp Plumbing and Drain. They want to be your plumber.
The summer sale is on at Mattress Express. Get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin. Ask how to get upgraded to an adjustable base for free. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, let's see here. Mike, did Nancy catch the emotion when you were on stage and realized it was no longer a solo, but you were doing a duet with Pinky?
That's funny.
Maxine Nightingale can sing the theme song to the Iranian War. We're going to get right back to where we started from. That was her big song. Trivia question for Jeff. Why is a bat called a bat?
Oh, boy.
Why is a bat called a bat?
I have no idea.
I don't either, because I'm waiting for Mike's next message in. There are a ton of messages on YouTube if you care to mention any of those. They're all over everything today. They're all over everything. Ann, good morning, Ann. Good morning, Ann in Rome. Hello.
Good morning, Ann.
And good morning. All right, some other stuff I want to get into.
I see Trump. Oh, this is QAnon John. He might know something we don't know.
Yeah, he's saying that maybe Lindsey Graham has been dead for quite a while.
See, Trump is going to address the nation Thursday and talk about the 2020 election and foreign interference in our election. We're still beating this horse.
Dumb, stupid.
How about we focus
ridiculous.
On the next one? If you're a Republican or a Trump person, a Trump supporter, why don't we focus on the next one? What is this going back to 2020?
Stupid.
The Republicans are about to get their butts handed to them in a brown paper bag. Am I wrong about that?
Anything could happen. I've always said if anybody could blow it, it would be the Democrats. But it's, now this war is lingering. Now we're going to be heading into July and August through the summer, and boy, I don't know.
What research says this helps the party or his ratings?
So there has been, this is the thing, and I don't want to get back into this thing. The only one saying that the election was rigged is Donald Trump. The Republicans quietly, so that he can't hear them, all come out and say there was no interference. There was no interference that would even come close to changing the results of the election. Furthermore, it was investigated by countless boards of election, countless Republicans who support. These are not Republicans who are like against Trump. These are Republicans who voted for Trump, and they all came back and said nothing.
It was like the playoff game where there was pass interference on the Saints. They didn't call it.
It wasn't even that bad. That's the problem. But
Rams went to the Super Bowl, just like Joe Biden.
And you're right. Why? Just get off this. You have a midterm coming up. You won the last election. Clearly won the last election. I mean, what are we doing here? It is 6:54. I've got some time. I don't have to break, do I, Dave? I can just keep going.
What are you pointing to me for an update?
7:50.
We're too late anyway. Oh, over here. You're pointing past me.
Mick Jagger's in the news. He was on the Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast and said he had a chance to meet Elvis Presley, but didn't. You know why? And I'm not surprised by this. John Lennon said to him, "It's not worth it, don't do it." And he said he listened. And that, as a result, he didn't meet Elvis, and now he regrets it. Do you want to hear this audio?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
The Beatles were up to Elvis's house in Los Angeles to visit with Elvis. And I remember John telling me, "Yeah, you should never meet your heroes. I would never meet Elvis, Mick, if I were you." And so I didn't. I took John's advice. Which is really stupid of me, really, but I mean, I would love to have met Elvis. Why take John's advice? Sort of put me off. So I wanted to keep my Elvis to myself, my version of Elvis. So I didn't want my version of Elvis shattered like John's was. But maybe my Elvis version would have been different.
So what he's saying is that he met Elvis and he was really disappointed.
Wait, I thought he said he did not meet Elvis.
No. John Lennon met Elvis.
Lennon did.
And was really disappointed. So, believe me, Mick, don't do it. And Mick is like, okay, I won't. And that's how that ended. Yeah. But what do you want to meet, though? You want to meet the early Elvis. You don't want to meet the fat one.
Yeah.
The end of the years. I mean, he'd likely get paranoid and shoot you with a gun or something.
Fat Elvis?
Yeah, remember there was a story where he was upset over something and he shot.
Oh, I don't know this
shot
story.
the TV. Yeah, you got to watch some of this stuff. Today is National Mac and Cheese Day.
All right.
Do you prefer?
Not a mac and cheese guy.
Okay.
There's some that I will eat, but I'm not a huge macaroni guy, and it's just macaroni covered in cheese.
It is.
There are some good varieties of it, though. I'll
tell you. The question would be: do you like the mom's homemade versus Kraft macaroni and cheese?
I would prefer mom's homemade. Yeah, and that's any mom.
Okay, fair enough. The viral video from 2024 is making the rounds again. There was a story about beavers the other day, where beavers were people were not allowed to go into the water in Saratoga or up near Lake George because there were beavers that were found to have rabies.
Multiple or one? I was aware.
I think
of
only one.
Okay.
Yeah, but then they're like, there could be more.
Sure.
2024. This is in Washington. A woman was feeding raccoons near her property, but things got out of control when 100 of them surrounded her. There were 100 raccoons, I'm sorry. And these raccoons are smart. Raccoons are a brilliant animal.
Really?
Oh, there are a whole bunch of videos on YouTube if you want to get down to a rabbit hole.
Because they can get the lid off the trash can.
All of these home videos show you how human-like raccoons and how smart they are.
Okay.
Sometimes I question how smart humans are. Here's audio on the raccoon woman. She called police. She needed help immediately.
I have anywhere from 50 to 100 raccoons. I need an officer. I'm right in my car. They chased me all the way out through the backyard.
You're not able to get out of your car. You're stuck in your vehicle.
They know that you're a source of food, so they'll come right up to you.
I went 30 hours without feeding them. This is probably 1/3 of them.
A third of them?
These big ones, they fight.
This call came out? I thought you were playing. So I had to come out here and see it.
They must have, the raccoons must have been really, really hungry.
Did they have picket signs?
I think they did.
My goodness, this sounds insane.
Yeah. And then in Anchorage, Alaska, a black bear wandered into a shopping mall, ate a peach, visited a barbershop, and then relieved himself on the floor.
It was my first run-in with a bear. It was pretty scary. My coworker, who's cutting hair in front of me, she yelled, "Bear!" I looked up from my phone, and the bear was walking into the barbershop right next to me. I could have pet it. It was that close. A couple people were going big to scare him out of the grocery store. He came back around to the barbershop again, but by that time, we were able to run back, lock the door, and then we were watching him from the window. That's when he used the restroom in the hallway. It was pretty wild.
And did you see the woman, the DoorDash driver in Texas? She could see a car coming, and her car is parked on the side of the road. She could see a car coming. She gets right up against her own car and kind of makes herself even thinner, so the car is going to go by and not hit her. The car ran right into her, knocked her right up into the ground. She gets immediately up, picks up the food, and takes it to the door. And she had some serious injuries. They think she's going to be okay, though.
The guy went between my house and the next door, and he jumped the fence.
From the WB Pain Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
The U.S. and Iran keep going on the attack. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We're taking out all of their capability for anything having to do with the Strait, with the Hormuz Strait.
With a third straight day of American strikes.
The United States Military Central Command says targets included Iranian coastal surveillance sites plus drone and missile systems. President Trump says he's reinstating a blockade of Iranian ports, and he appears to be overturning years of American policy on freedom of navigation, announcing a 20% tax on all ships using the waterway.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Iran's foreign minister responded, saying his country's the guardian of the Strait as Iran keeps up the attacks.
The United Arab Emirates reported that two ships were hit overnight, and just a few hours ago, the United Kingdom Maritime Trade Association reported that another ship was hit just off the coast of Lima, Oman. This was a ship following the southern route through the strait established by Oman in defiance of the Iranian route to the north. Yesterday, a Cyprus-flagged container ship was hit.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv. Oil prices keep rising back up, more than 3%. WTI, almost $81 a barrel. In Maine, there are anti-ICE protests over another deadly shooting.
Immigration rights groups are identifying the man as a father and Colombian native who was here on a work visa. DHS says yesterday morning agents were monitoring an address of someone who was ordered to be removed from the country. Later, an illegal migrant left the home in a car, but when they tried to stop the car, the agency says, quote, the vehicle attempted to flee the scene, and fearing for public safety, an officer discharged his weapon.
Fox's Nate Foy. Maine Senator Angus King says the driver killed was not the immigrant targeted for removal. Lindsey Graham's sister Darlene will be sworn in as a senator today after South Carolina's governor appointed her to replace her Republican brother who died suddenly Saturday.
Lindsey has always been there for me, and now I will be there for him.
America's listening to Fox News.
If you're looking for a place to grow spiritually in the middle of a busy life, InTouch.org is designed for you. Explore practical, biblical teaching from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, free study guides, and messages that speak to real-life challenges. Whether you're searching for direction, comfort, or a deeper understanding of God's Word, you'll find tools to help you take the next step. Discover resources that meet you right where you are at InTouch.org.
Of all the wireless companies in America, only one has 5 stars in every category from Consumer Reports, and that company is Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. Plus, no service contracts and no cancellation fees. Just phenomenal U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network. Dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Around the same time, Lindsey Graham's sister Darlene will be sworn in at the Senate to replace her late brother. 2 Supreme Court justices will be testifying at a Senate hearing. Elena Kagan and Amy Coney Barrett will be questioned about the court's budget. Before that, in about 3 hours from now, the new Federal Reserve Chairman will testify at the House.
Kevin Warsh will testify about the semi-annual monetary policy report today before the House Financial Services Committee. The report itself was submitted to Congress last week, and it promises to deliver on price stability. Warsh said this at a recent European Central Bank meeting in Portugal.
If there were people in household or the business sector and the financial markets who thought that this central bank was going to be comfortable with an inflation objective above 2%, well, I guess they'd be disappointed.
The report finds labor productivity growth is strong, GDP grew at a moderate pace, household consumption increased very modestly, and the housing market is stagnant. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed, down for the Dow, up for the NASDAQ the day after a sell-off for both. Baseball's All-Star Game is tonight after a dramatic home run derby last night that featured
an all-new swing-based format, as hitters had a limited amount of swings to hit as many home runs as possible. The opening round saw some long bombs, with Tampa Bay Rays third baseman Junior Caminero hitting the longest homer of the night at 491 feet. Philadelphia Phillies slugger Kyle Schwarber put on a show for the hometown crowd, but it was St. Louis Cardinals outfielder Jordan Walker that silenced the Boo Birds. The call on Netflix, Walker with 12 home runs to win it. He becomes the first Cardinal ever to win the Derby. Tony Genualdo, Fox News.
Soccer's World Cup resumes today, the first semifinal, Spain versus France. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have cloudy skies, 66 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:05. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. A heat advisory goes into effect at 11 this morning, and it will last throughout the day today. The National Weather Service says the heat advisory will see temperatures in the low 90s, and that may result in a heat index value above 100. Anyone who finds themselves overcome by heat should call 911. Don't forget to check on elderly neighbors and keep your pets in mind as well. If you need to, they say, find a shaded location immediately if you are starting to overheat, and contact authorities for help. Utica police continue to investigate a shooting Friday at Proctor Park off Welshbutch Road, where a 16-year-old was shot multiple times. Now, the teen is listed in stable condition. His name has not been released, but police say they do not have a suspect or anyone in custody at this time. Anyone with information is asked to contact Utica Police, or you can submit a tip anonymously through Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers. A former coach at Alien High School and Central Valley Academy was sadly killed over the weekend. Police say 67-year-old William Obernesser was crossing the street in front of a hotel in Ontario County in the town of Hopewell on Saturday when he was struck by a pickup truck. Obernesser was taken to a hospital in Canandaigua where he was pronounced dead. The cause of that crash is still being investigated. Mohawk Valley Edge is searching for a new president. Shauna Papel retiring effective immediately July 1st. She had spent 30 years with the organization. Papel joined Mohawk Valley Edge as a program manager and later went on to become president. Mohawk Valley Edge is the nonprofit corporation that provides much of Oneida County's economic development programs. There is an executive committee starting a national search for the next president, with plans to begin the hiring in the next few weeks. And Boilermaker 49 is in the books. Organizers say they're looking ahead to next year's 50th anniversary. A recap of Boilermaker 49, though: 9,118 finishers in the 15K, 4,204 finishers in the 5K. Boilermaker President Mark Donovan says the caps for the race will increase next year, but there will be no early registration. Registration will open in January of 2027. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time is 7:08. Your Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Heat advisory headlines it. That's 11 o'clock this morning until 8 o'clock this evening. And what that means, you factor in the temperature and the humidity. It's going to feel close to 100. So a little case of the warm and stickies today. Easy sunshine with some high clouds around. Actual air temperature 96, 97, but it could feel just over 100. That hazy sunshine continuing until that sun sets, and then it'll be mainly clear overnight tonight, breezy and mild in the mid-70s. Even the Adirondacks will stay probably in the mid-upper 60s. Now, tomorrow we've got sunshine, maybe a little bit of haze around. Maybe some patchy smoke in the atmosphere today and tomorrow from Canadian wildfires. Near 90 degrees, sunshine, upper 80s on Thursday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy and 68 at 7:09.
It is going to be like 96 degrees today.
Yeah.
We're going to have to deal with the Canadian smoke.
Are you serious?
That's what he just said. A little bit of the Canadian, some patchiness of the Canadian smoke from the Canadian wildfires.
Passing clouds and patchy smoke.
That's exactly it.
From the IBEW Local 43 Sports Desk, not a ton going on in sports today. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Oh, wait. They're playing the semifinals of the World Cup today and tomorrow. Today's contest is Spain taking on France. That's 3 o'clock on Fox locally. And Messi and Argentina will play England tomorrow in Atlanta. Also a 3 o'clock start on Fox. It's the first time since FIFA began its ranking system that the top 4 teams have made the semifinal round in a World Cup tournament. The semifinal losers will play for third place on Saturday, and then your FIFA World Cup coming up on Sunday. At the Home Run Derby, Cardinals slugger Jordan Walker wins the 2026 Home Run Derby. He beat Phillies DH Kyle Schwarber 12-11 in the final round. Yankees infielder Ben Rice went deep just 7 times after being eliminated in round 1. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game is tonight from Philadelphia. Yankees outfielder Cody Bellinger batting 6th, and first baseman Ben Rice will bat 8th for the American League. On the National League side, the only starter for the Mets is Juan Soto. He will bat 2nd for the National League. That's pretty much it. Not a ton going on here nationally in the sports world. LA Rams left tackle Alaric Jackson will not face a felony charge after a domestic violence-related arrest last month. Prosecutors say Jackson entered a pre-filing diversion program last week, allowing him to skirt charges altogether. He's subject to discipline under the NFL's personal conduct policy, however.
And that's it.
That's all I got.
Do you want your... so, why do they call... This is from Mike this morning. Why do they call a bat
yes,
in baseball?
I'd like to know.
The origin of the term bad go back to Celtic roots. Is the word that means to beat or to cudgel. It was used as a term for the stick used in cricket and was adopted ultimately by baseball.
Okay.
That's where it all comes from.
Good question. I had no idea.
John this morning says the leading theory is that Mitch McConnell is dead and won't be announced till August 4th to avoid a special election. I don't know what the rules are in Kentucky, to be honest, but that's interesting. Okay. A lot of conspiracy theories
That's
out there.
a conspiracy one. I don't know, Nagel. That might be a QAnon. He might be QAnon John now.
Nagel. All right.
I don't know. That's a pretty deep conspiracy. We'll see, though. Time will tell.
Let me bring in Dr. Kent Hall. Doc, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good. So I just wanted to talk about some things that people... You never know when you have a rare condition, right? Well, I don't want to say you never know. It's possible that you don't know you have some sort of a rare condition, something going on, and that's why your regular checkups are so important. We'll go to Mitch McConnell, or we'll go to Lindsey Graham in a second, but we had a family member who, and you tell me how difficult this would have been, but they were having what they thought were flu symptoms and felt terrible, and the worst flu they'd ever had, and did not want to go to the doctors. Ultimately, sadly, and horrifically, this person passed away unexpectedly because of a hernia. Is it a hiatal hernia? How do you say that?
Hiatal hernia.
Hiatal hernia, which was from birth. And a lot of people, I have a small one, apparently. People in my family have that.
My brother had one, had to have surgery at like 3 or something.
And and correct me if I'm wrong, Doc, it's a very difficult surgery, a very difficult problem to correct. And there's a very good chance if this person went to the ER, they probably would have been diagnosed maybe with flu symptoms. I'm saying that with a question.
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot that I don't know there. So in general, first of all, hiatal hernias are not all that uncommon, but it's rare that they are so large that they cause problems with breathing, because what happens is that your stomach protrudes up into your chest because of a hole in your diaphragm, which is the thick muscle that separates your chest from your abdomen. And if enough of your stomach gets up into your chest, then obviously it impedes your ability to breathe because your lungs get compressed.
Well, what happened in this case was it had ruptured, and it poisoned the person's system. Well, that was what they thought was flu-like was really their body being poisoned by this hernia.
Yeah, so it sounds like then what happened is that there was a problem with the stomach wall, and the stomach actually developed a hole in it, and the stomach contents got in, and that's really bad. Stomach contents belong in the stomach and not anywhere else.
And one of those things that doctors told us that probably would have been so rare that it just wouldn't have been caught right off the bat, and would have been too late. Very interesting. As we parallel this with Lindsey Graham. Again, didn't know this that he had this issue, but it was massive, and explain what happens with a tear versus just a normal heart attack.
Yeah, so a heart attack is caused by a blockage in the smaller, relatively speaking, smaller arteries that feed the heart muscle itself, and so the heart muscle ends up dying, or a portion of the heart muscle ends up dying, and that is the heart attack. And aortic dissection is actually where a tear occurs in the aorta, which is the largest blood vessel in your body, and comes and feeds blood from your heart to the rest of your body except your lungs. That's a whole different thing. Right. But in any event, an aortic dissection is where a tear occurs starting in the inner lining of the aorta. And if it goes all the way through all 3 layers and goes out, then you bleed out in a very, very short period of time.
They said this happened very fast with him.
Yeah, and so it's not surprising that initially they weren't exactly sure what was going on, because the symptoms of what you would get is this severe. It's described as a tearing pain in your chest, which people can think, oh my gosh, I'm having a heart attack. Because that can feel the same way. And then the person suddenly collapses and basically dies. There's short of it happening almost in an OR suite, there is almost no way to save somebody who has this.
Yeah, that's scary.
I mean, there are aortic dissections that do not go through all 3 layers of the aorta. If they only go through the first layer, then that you can still get that sensation, that tearing sensation or severe pain, but that doesn't cause complete blood loss into your chest. And so that can actually be repaired, and that's probably more common. People dying from a complete aortic dissection is relatively rare,
Right.
thankfully. So,
would you consider that a cardiac incident or a brief and sudden illness? I was just surprised at how it was being characterized.
So I wouldn't characterize it as a cardiac incident. I would characterize it as a cardiovascular incident because it's really not about the heart. It's really about the blood vessel. And again, I think, to be fair to the people who were reporting it initially, a brief and sudden illness, if you don't know exactly what you're talking about,
sure,
it certainly is a brief and sudden illness. And if somebody had said, "Oh, he died of a heart attack," because that's the more common thing that people think about when they have severe chest pain followed by collapse followed by death, and then it turns out that they were wrong. Yeah. Then that would have been a whole different thing.
Well, so, there are some people that do not want it to be known what their cause of death was. Some families don't want anyone to know, and they won't reveal it. And there are sometimes celebrity cases where you don't find out. There are rumors, but you just don't find out what caused the death.
No, that's true, and there is privacy and HIPAA and things like that. So I absolutely get and understand that. It's when you have somebody of this celebrity, for lack of a better term, or stature, who dies suddenly, it's going to come out. It's just a matter of time, and to be fair, and assuming positive intent, I think that people want it to be as accurate as possible, and so you start with a very broad thing until you get more information.
So, Ann in Rome has a question. She says, "Good morning. Please ask Dr. Hall if the long plane trip could have contributed to Mitch's aortic condition." And obviously she means Lindsey Graham, not Mitch McConnell. But do you think the plane ride could have contributed to it?
I would think probably not. I would say that the most common things that occur from long plane rides are blood clots in the legs, which can go into which can break off and go into the lungs and cause severe health problems. But in general, no, that is not, and aortic dissection itself is not a risk factor for it. Is not prolonged immobility.
Okay, one final question. Is Mitch McConnell dead? Really? What do you think?
I have no idea.
I was just checking, just wanted to see. Doc, as always, we appreciate it. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of the week.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe and stay as cool as possible.
Yeah, it's going to be hot
tough the next couple days.
Yeah, heat. Okay, good stuff, Dr. Kent Hall. Quick break. Coming up, Joe Beatrice on the Boilermaker, and this kid known as, I don't know, everybody's got another name for him. I hear more and more names. Pinky was up on stage at the Boilermaker and created quite a little bit of interesting fuss. The band thought he was with me. I thought he was with the band. Turns out he might be with Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield. We'll get to the bottom of it coming up here at WIBX.
Around here, a good vehicle isn't just transportation, it's family time, weekend adventures, and getting where life takes you. Maybe you're loading up the kids for a day at the Utica Zoo, or you're heading north to Enchanted Forest Water Safari for the weekend. Or maybe you're pointing the hood south toward Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Wherever the road leads, you want to know your vehicle is ready for the trip. And right now at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, purchase any 4 Bridgestone tires and receive a $150 rebate. It's a great time to upgrade your ride before your next adventure, because when you're headed somewhere important, peace of mind rides along too. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, driving our community since 1980. Trusted for quality, known for service, and helping get you there safely, mile after mile. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, Yorkville, Utica, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com. We'll keep the wheels turning so you can keep making memories.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Don't risk losing the news, sports, and weather that AM radio delivers. When cell and internet service fail, AM is your lifeline. With time running out, your voice matters. Text AM to 39179 and tell Congress, vote yes on the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act to keep AM radio in cars. Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text stop to stop. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Is your business the best at what you do? Then you should be a Central New York's Industry Ace. Our Industry Aces are made up of the best businesses in the region, and will help you tell your story to thousands of consumers in the Mohawk Valley. With a combination of on-air and online testimonial commercials, along with targeted social media ads that are guaranteed to reach the consumers you want to be talking to. And best of all, these messages are coming directly from you. Interested in learning more? Contact Megan Powers at 315-768-9500.
The summer sale is on at Mattress Express. Get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin. Ask how to get upgraded to an adjustable base for free. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
At River Hills Properties, they call it white glove treatment. Service that's not normally provided to customers looking to buy or sell a home here in upstate New York. This is Bill Keeler. My wife and I had River Hills sell our home, and it sold in under a week, but it was more than that. It was all of the things they did to relieve the stress, to serve as a team member for us, and basically get the job done and make it easier for a buyer to come in and understand. That's where the book comes in. It's like a manual for the home. They create all of that. No lockbox. Your listing agent, and for us it was Robin Monjo, your listing agent there every time the house is shown. That's River Hills Properties. And now they have a full-service office in Sarasota, Florida. Think Snowbird. Think River Hills Properties. Located in Barneville, Little Falls, in Newport, and Rome, and now in Sarasota, Florida. 315-896-1009. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
Hello, I'm Oneida County Executive Anthony Pacenti. This year marks the 250th birthday of the United States, and we've assembled a special commission to help organize events across our community. In the months ahead, we'll highlight why this is such a historic time for our region. From the signing of the Declaration of Independence to the turning point of the Revolutionary War, the Battle of Oriskany. You'll learn about the people, events, and local impact that shaped our nation. Our goal is simple, to help you love the history where you live, right here in Oneida County.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, let me bring in Councilperson Joe Beatrice. Joseph, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good. What's going on?
I'm just out for a beautiful walk and talking to you guys.
You got a nice hot day for walking out of the way now.
Going early.
Yeah. I got a doctor's. I got a procedure about 10 o'clock this morning, so I want to get everything done right there.
All right.
Oh, okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck with that. I have to say, not that you were heavy by any means, but when I saw you on Sunday, you look like you thinned down a bit.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm still always heavy.
Well, I didn't think you were heavy before, but you looked a little thinner. So Joe was at the finish line at what, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, because you volunteer for this event, right?
Yeah, yes, 4 o'clock. On Saturday we get there at 9. On Sunday, 4 o'clock in the morning. They do an outstanding job. It's amazing how they can turn that finish line area within, after the race, hour and a half, it's done. The DPW comes right in and does a great job. By the time, we get something to eat afterward, because we never can make it to the party, because we're doing all this.
You're working.
So it's just 18 years I've been doing it, and it's a great job. I really enjoy doing it.
Well, it's amazing.
The 50th.
It is amazing how quickly everything gets turned over. Right, and cleaned up and all that. It's just incredible. Did you see the Japanese in the World Cup? The Japanese people, so they're playing in Seattle. All of a sudden, the game ends, and they shoot to the crowd, and all these freaking people are running around picking up garbage. That's what they do in Japan. So after an event, a concert, a sporting event or something, people don't just leave. It's your responsibility to pick everything up around you.
Around yourself. That's part of their culture. I
That's
actually
part
saw
of their
something on
culture,
this
yeah.
that has to do with they are kind of offended by other cultures, including American culture, because we're slobs and we leave messes everywhere.
What people don't know is Joe Beatrice is Japanese. Explain, Joe.
You're the best. Where will you come up? Usually you come up with something crazy. That's got to be the craziest thing you ever came up with.
Well, I mean, the cleanliness, all of that, I think it plays a role. So, all right, well, good.
That's a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? People should take pride in their property, their everything. But I just want to give, before we hang up, a huge shout-out to the DPW, to the Parks Department, the police, the fire. The city should be proud of the way everybody comes together and takes care of this event. And all the volunteers. Without the volunteers, you know, that race doesn't happen. And so,
there was massive security. I mean, the security was tight. Except on the stage. Apparently, they let anybody up on the stage.
What happened? What happened? You got hacked?
Huh?
No.
What'd you do?
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. We're going to find out coming up here. So, all right, Joe. Thanks, man.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Have a good one. All right. Did you want to ask something?
Joe, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Just real quick, I saw the Utica Fire Department sent a statement out there, a release, and it has to do with, I believe, a union contract. Do you have a position or any response to this at this time?
I really, well, here's my response. I've been a councilman for 7 years, and I've supported the police and fire, DPW all the time, and I continue to do that. I really don't know much of what's going on. It looks like the contract negotiations is heading to arbitration. The only thing I could tell you is, as the council people, we control the complement. We don't have anything to do with the contracts. We don't have anything to do with staffing.
You know what?
I would never support cutting back the fire department or staffing or any of that. But
this has to do
I don't really
with,
know much about it. I don't know anything more than you do from that post I've seen on Facebook.
Yeah, this has to do with dropping staffing below 23 firefighters a day, and could lead to the closure of a firehouse, the union says, and it leaves them shorthanded.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. And again, as council people, we don't have any control over the complement. But I don't believe that would ever happen.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, put it this way, I'm not for that ever happening. That's all
you got it.
All right, Joe, thanks, man. Have a good one. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Joe is out walking. Okay, in studio right now is, they call him everybody had a name for this kid. Pinky, because he was dressed in pink. And it turns out we were able to look at his number on his bib number that was attached to his shorts, and we were able to figure out a kid by the name of Andrew Durr. Did I get that right?
You sure did.
All right, good morning. Nice and tight on that. Mike, tell us about you. First of all, did you have a backstage pass?
I knew a person. I knew somebody that I could, take care of.
And you got in.
Yep.
And
that's funny.
And
meanwhile, I couldn't get a muffin from the buffet.
Did Luke? He walked out starving. Did Luke Radel give you his pass?
No, he did not.
All right.
He did not.
Was your intent to get up there and get on stage?
Every year, it always is a goal of mine.
That's always your goal. This year, you got.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there was a time where you couldn't. There was someone there to check every name, every pass. I remember when we did our TV show, we had passes, and I went to go out to the stage area, and the two police officers, Jim Simpson might have been one of them, stopped me and said, "No, I have a pass. We're taping the show. No, you can't. There have been some developments. You're not going to be allowed in." Now remember, I coordinate the whole thing today. But back then, somebody heard that we were going to try to sneak somebody on stage naked, and and which was not true. But what are you going to do? I mean, you were practically naked. You were.
He's a guy with his shirt off after a road race.
So
don't let him pick on you.
What's your history? Who are you? What do you do? Do you have a tie to Excellus Blue Cross?
No.
Somebody asked about that.
No, I do not. Well, my name's Andrew Durr. I just graduated from SUNY Cortland in a phys ed degree. I'm about to go do student teaching.
You're a good. You were a good runner. You were a good basketball player.
I was. Yeah.
Was a Section 3 championship?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say I googled you and you came right up.
Yeah.
And you knew the words to a song from 1975.
Yeah, big old school kid.
Yeah,
big old school kid. So I love old school music and that kind of stuff. So
let me play a little of.
Do we have him on camera, or do we not want him on camera?
I do have him on camera.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
This is Andrew Durr. Made his way up on stage, and I thought he was with the band, and the band's like, "Who is this kid?" They thought he was with, and when they're watching, you got Jose on one side and Justin Smithson on the other side.
Yeah,
they're watching you pretty carefully. Like, is he going to do something? Because if he is, we're taking him out.
Well, that's my thing. When I got up there, I was like, all right, I got to warm up to you guys and the audience, and then by the last 30 seconds, I had to get a solo in there.
Well, listen, and you were working on it.
I was.
What do? I just put the mic in his face. Here's some of that audio. Here he comes. Well, he was already singing with us there. And at one point, you actually took a line. I think I gave you the mic, and you had a line. Maybe it was a taking care of business line. So, all right, so you finished? Now you got to do your master's?
No, I have to do student teaching for a semester, and then I'm going to go right into my master's.
Then you do that. And you would like to teach phys ed?
Yep, correct.
And what else don't we know about you?
That I just simply take care of business.
You do, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do like the boldness. That was a good
It's
move.
all about confidence when you get up there.
It is. If you look like you know what you're doing, you look like you belong.
Yeah.
And if you look like you belong, no one questions that.
Yeah.
And that happened at the gate to get him in.
Mm-hmm.
That happened when he walked onto the stage. And it happened when I put the mic in his face and let him sing. So that was pretty wild.
5K or 15?
15K. It was my 8th year doing the 15K.
What was your time?
About 82 flat.
Nice.
Yeah. So I started in the way back, and behind me was 100 people. So I was in the way back.
So that's your chip time, or that's your
That's the time I had right on. Yeah, chip time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chip time.
Nice.
Yeah. So it starts when you cross.
2 minutes is impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It was a great time.
So I thought you have the lyrics there. Do you want to sing it?
No, I can't. I got to save my vocals for next year.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, next year you're not getting out. I don't think it's going to happen. You never know.
You never know.
Maybe you could be a guest next year.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
That's all.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
If we split a 6-pack, would you sing?
He's thinking
about it.
I was told by Luke Radel that the beer at the end of the Boilermaker had nothing to do with you getting up on stage.
No.
You would have done it anyway.
I would have done it anyway, easily.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for live music, and
then once it started getting around, were people mentioning to you? Obviously, they saw you up on stage, it seemed like you had a gallery of fans that were watching you.
Yeah, the Boilermaker every year is a big family thing. For my family, so I have a bunch of cousins. I have 18 first cousins. So,
okay, so you guys all
we all just
together.
come together.
And then your grandfather, who's the coach?
That is Mike Durr, who played coach at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, right, for a long time.
Yeah.
And
that's my cousin.
Your cousin.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
There's so
a lot of
many
people.
us.
Everybody was putting the story together.
Yep.
And we
Some
had
of
you at
the information was accurate. Some of it wasn't.
Excellus Blue Cross, and your father was the coach. So there you go.
Yeah.
None of that was true.
None of it was true.
Right.
Now, Bill knows who he is. This is from Ja Wick. Ja Wick has been teasing me all morning, saying things like, I don't know what these comments are from or when they were made, so the hell with them. I'm not going to read them. We've moved on to a different subject on YouTube, and they're going to do their own thing there. So, John Wick, here's the question. Now that Bill knows who he is Bill going to have him brought up on charges?
Brought up on charges?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, is that what he's saying?
That's what he's saying.
I don't think we'll do that.
All right, good.
It was good fun.
It was.
Reminds me of my old TV show days. Those were some wild times. So maybe you have a future in that.
Yeah, maybe.
Before you become a gym teacher.
Yeah. Phys ed teacher.
Phys ed, sorry. You'll also have to teach health, right? Health and phys ed,
I'm going to get my master's in special ed. So
that's a really smart move.
Phys ed in there.
All right.
In my future.
Good stuff. Andrew Durr.
Yep. Andrew Durr, not Pinky.
Not Pinky. Not Pinky. All right, thank you. We'll take a quick break and go out with a little of this. I think he's coming right up here in a second here. That's him. How about the band Showtime? They are just so amazing. That was your move. You got the all mine in there. All right, good stuff. Coming up, we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day. And Manaski has news coming right up. And then Nancy Ford is convinced this Mitch McConnell photo is AI. And she has evidence. And we'll get to it coming up here.
At Wheelock Disposal Service, we're not just in the garbage business. We're in the people business.
Hi, I've been a Wheelock Disposal customer for over 10 years, and that says a lot. I wouldn't trust anyone else. They're always on time and polite when picking up my weekly trash and recycling. And whenever I need a dumpster or a special pickup, the office staff makes it quick and easy. I couldn't be happier with Wheelock Disposal.
As a family-owned company serving Herkimer and Oneida counties, we take pride in keeping our neighborhoods clean, safe, and welcoming. Whether you're cleaning out the garage, renovating your home, or tackling a big project, our team is ready with the right dumpster, a helping hand, and a smile. We even pick up the stray trash others leave behind. We wave to your kids. We honk the horn. Why? Because we're your neighbors. Call 315-822-3427 or visit WheelockDisposal.com to join the Wheelock family today. Wheelock Disposal Service. We love garbage, and we love our community even more.
Advantage Gold, America's #1 precious metals company, is sounding the alarm that a storm is coming and that now is the time to diversify your portfolio before it's too late. That's why we're offering an emergency gold and silver protection kit valued at $49, absolutely free for anyone who calls today at 800-900-8000. This kit includes critical information for investors with a retirement account seeking to own physical gold and silver but want to do it tax and penalty free. Advantage Gold has helped investors protect and secure their wealth with physical gold and silver since 2014. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 and we'll rush your emergency gold and silver kit plus a free copy of Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. See how gold and silver can help you protect and secure your wealth with the help of Advantage Gold. Results vary. Consult your tax advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
It is 7:41. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. Lindsey Graham's sister is expected to be sworn in later today to fill his Senate seat after his sudden death over the weekend at the age of 71. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster announcing on Monday that the late Republican senator's sister, Darlene, will now serve in the role until the end of the term in January. President Trump will address the nation in a primetime speech later this week. In a Truth Social post last night, the president said he will be speaking Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. He did not provide any other details about the speech, although we did get some comments on this on Facebook this morning. QAnon John says, what did he say? It's going to be about the 2020 election and foreign interference with elections. We will see what the president says on Thursday night. Smitty, are we going to have that on the air? No, we will not have that. It is a national address. An investigation continues into a deadly shooting involving an ICE agent in Maine. Officials say a man allegedly drove in the direction of an agent yesterday, causing the agent to open fire. shot and killed was a 26-year-old from Colombia. It has since been revealed that he was not the subject of the arrest warrant that was being served before the shooting. The Department of Homeland Security says more details will be released in the coming days. Governor Kathy Hochul is expected to sign legislation putting a one-year moratorium on data centers throughout New York State. That means regulators cannot issue permits for new large-scale data centers, which have seen a rise in demand tied to artificial intelligence. There are concerns over high electricity use tied to the data centers, which can then drive up rates for the average customers. And at the Home Run Derby last night, St. Louis Cardinals outfielder Jordan Walker defeated Kyle Schwarber in the final round, 12-11, to win the 2026 Home Run Derby. Walker became the first player in Cardinals franchise history to win the Home Run Derby. That sounds kind of surprising, considering Mark McGwire was in at least one. He's played in a couple of them, for sure. One more for you, Bill. A T-Rex fossil, a legitimate, they're saying, maybe it's a conspiracy, a scam.
All right.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex, easy for me to say, fossil, given the name Gus, hits the auction block today, and it's expected to fetch millions of dollars. The opening bids at Sotheby's in New York start at $19 million and will unquestionably bring in much more money than the opening bid of $19 million. Why is this not on display at a museum somewhere?
Maybe
it's going to someone's house?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy today will be the heat. Looking at highs around mid-90s, a heat index value above 100. Here's your forecast.
Heat advisory headlines it. That's 11 o'clock this morning until 8 o'clock this evening. And what that means, you factor in the temperature and the humidity, it's going to feel close to 100. So a little case of the warm and stickies today. Easy sunshine with some high clouds around. Actual air temperature 96, 97, but it could feel just over 100. That hazy sunshine continuing until that sun sets, and then it'll be mainly clear overnight tonight, breezy and mild in the mid-70s. Even the Adirondacks will stay probably in the mid-upper 60s. Now, tomorrow we've got sunshine, maybe a little bit of haze around. Maybe some patchy smoke in the atmosphere today and tomorrow from Canadian wildfires. Near 90 degrees, sunshine, upper 80s on Thursday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, some clouds. We'll have sunshine later, as Ray said, but we are currently at 71 degrees.
All right, Davey, Hobeika's free money question of the day today is worth what? And we have Stampede Rodeo tickets to give away.
$175.
Okay, $175.
Yep.
And it comes with Stampede Rodeo tickets. That's at the Adirondack Bank Center, July 31st and August 1st. And you could add $175 to that prize. If you're calling number what?
4.
Fourth caller right now at 315-736-0186. Caller 4 right now.
Utica and the Mohawk Valley, the summer sale is on. This is the big one at upstate New York's largest specialty bedding retailer, Mattress Express. Listen to this. This is a great deal, folks. On select beds, get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin. Save, save, save. If that weren't enough, pick out any king or queen set in the store, buy one, and get upgraded to an adjustable base for free. You heard me right. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers, and no credit check payment plans every day. A massage chair? On select massage chairs, get a $500 prepaid Visa card. In New Hartford on Commercial Drive next to Pet Supplies Plus. Oneida and the Glenwood Plaza by the movie theaters. In Rome on Black River Boulevard in the Black River Plaza. Go to mattressexpressny.com. Call 1-800-NEW-BEDS.
This is Dan from Acme Pool and Spa on Commercial Drive in New Hartford, across from Texas Roadhouse. Get years of summer fun for you and your family with a new above-ground pool starting at just $89.99 installed. You can take advantage of our 0% in-house financing. We can have your new pool installed in about 10 days. Don't let the summer pass you by. If an in-ground pool is your dream, the experts at Acme will guide you through the process. There's nothing better than enjoying summer in your backyard with an in-ground pool. Don't miss out on our midsummer sale with above-ground pools starting at $89.99, installed within about 10 days with our in-house 0% financing. Or let the experts at Acme guide you through selecting a custom in-ground pool, choosing from steel or fiberglass options. That's Acme Pool and Spa on Commercial Drive in New Hartford, and our midsummer pool sale going on now. We do the work, you just enjoy.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Feeling groovy? Then don't miss Melvin Seals and JGB live at the Stanley Theater this October 16th at 8 p.m. Experience over 30 years of legendary Hammond B3 organ mastery. Join us for a night of funky grooves and soulful energy. Tickets on sale now at thestanley.org or give us a call at 315-324-4000. Melvin Seals and JBG live. See you there, folks.
It's about how you feel when you walk through the doors and when you leave. That's Steep Pawnee Mazda on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. It's the Ricky Z way, right? It's the Steep Pawnee way. But beyond that, it's every single employee. They treat you with the respect, and they understand you're in there for a new vehicle or you're in there for service. It's all about the treatment. This is Bill Keeler. And right now at Steep Pawnee Mazda, save on a new Mazda lease or enjoy 0.9% APR financing on a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 with 1.9% on CX-50 hybrids, 0.9% on the new 2026 Mazda CX-70 and CX-90, and 0% on PHEV models. See the dealership for details. As Rick says, come on in, let's look at the deals. Let's take care of you. How about 2.9% on a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 or CX-5? Where it's always easy to do business, Steep Pawnee Mazda.
Hey, everybody in upstate New York. I don't know where in upstate New York, but thanks for listening to the Keeler Show. Never met this man. Don't know why I'm telling everybody to listen, but thank you very much. By the way, this is Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I have nothing else really to say to you, but I thank you for listening to me, tell you to listen to this man, Bill Keeler, on WIBX.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, is the photo of Mitch McConnell in a hospital room AI generated and fake? There's someone that believes it is, and we're going to talk to her coming up. She is a photo expert. On the line right now is Dale in Utica, ready to take a shot at Hobica's free money question of the day this morning. It's worth $175, and it comes from the Hobica Law Firm. For all of your legal needs, call the Hobica Law Firm at 315-724-1600. And so $175 and Stampede Rodeo tickets. Automatically, Dale, congratulations. You get the rodeo tickets for July 31st and August 1st. I'll have you work that out with Davey, so stay on the line. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's win. Let's add $175 to your tickets. Here we go. Here's your question. You'll have 7 seconds to answer. What food was found in Egypt some 3,000 years old, and it was still edible? What was the food? Ready, go.
Oh. I have no idea.
It wasn't Twinkies, was it? No, I'm kidding.
Twinkies. You would have thought Twinkies. It had to be a Twinkie.
They found them in the pyramids. Was it a raisin?
It was not a raisin.
Okay.
What food? I hate to say this, Dale, and don't take this the wrong way by any means, because I would not probably get it either. But it is one of the easiest questions I've ever asked. Davey, what food was found in a tomb in Egypt from 3,000 years ago, and it was still edible?
I don't know, Bill.
Okay.
Brad, they didn't have fast food back then.
The answer is the only food that exists, as far as we know, that doesn't spoil.
Flour?
Honey.
Honey, duh. That's a good question.
Right?
That's a really good question.
Honey. It was a container of honey that dated back some 3,000 years.
I knew that. That's a good question.
And it was still edible. Wild, right? Okay, Dale. Listen, don't the ticking that goes on, the pressure, all that stuff. So easy to not have an answer pop up. But you do get rodeo tickets, right? That's okay.
Yeah, that's what I was calling for. I've been calling all week for him.
Perfect. Awesome. You stand by. Davey's going to hook you up.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Dale. Davey, he is all yours. On the line right now is photojournalist Nancy Ford, who was looking. Did you know the answer to that, first of all, Nancy?
No. I was going to say the cake from Seinfeld.
Okay. As you know, I've never watched Seinfeld, so I don't know the reference, but Manaski does.
Yes. Elaine's boss bought a wedding cake that was allegedly served at some king and queen's wedding hundreds and hundreds of years ago, or maybe thousands, and she didn't realize that and took a bite of it, and it gave her incredible GI issues.
Okay, well, this honey was as good as it was on day one. So crazy. Mike says, the Mitch McConnell picture sounds like something the Russians would do when they had their leader die and they had to cover it up for a while. That's kind of what this sounds like. Boy, if true. Holy cow. What do you think, Nancy? You think the Mitch McConnell hospital photo is not real?
I know it's not real.
Okay, you know.
There's so many things in this. You know, one of the hardest things when you're cutting out photos is hair, right? So the woman's hair has little frays on it, and normally, you know, if you try to just cut it out, it'll have a sharp edge on it and look fake. So what they did was they left a little halo around it.
Yeah, I
so
see
that all the stray hairs would be there. But the other thing, if there's a hole in the hair that you could see through, and it's white. The background is not white.
Oh my God!
Well,
can I tell you something? That is with it blown up
on the left side.
I'm looking at it right now. Look at this. You can see it right here. She's right. She calls it a halo or a shadow that you're allowing. So you're allowing part of it. Otherwise, you'd be cutting it. And the cuts, Nancy. Look, this is Photoshop. This is definitely Photoshop.
Yep. The Photoshop has a new filter where it'll cut the hair out for you, you know, through AI. Yeah. They did not use that here. I can tell.
Didn't. Jeff, come over here and look at this. And maybe you can get a camera. We can get a camera on it. Go ahead, Nancy.
So if you, and I can tell through different areas of it that it was cut out. There's something on the lower right side of her shoulder. I could see there's, you know, a little mistake there. Then you want to go to the Mitch. And if you wanted to prove...
Yeah, if I can just say, though, if you look at the middle of her hair, and I'm showing it on YouTube right now, you see a white shadow that goes just above the hairline. And that is so that you're not cutting off little hairs and making it look not real. But it doesn't blend in perfectly with the background.
Right, because wherever she was, what photo that came from, that was on a white background. It was a very light background. The background in the photo is darker,
stand by.
kind of tannish.
All right, let's go to the picture of the newspaper. And you look, that is definitely mumbo jumbo that comes from AI. You look at that.
Okay, listen, if you wanted to prove somebody was still alive, what do people do? They put a newspaper in the picture.
Yeah.
So the way the newspaper is, first of all, without getting into Photoshop, is so odd. You know, the way it's kind of facing, and the hand on it if you look at the thumb, I think that this thumb that's on top, they messed that up completely. That doesn't even look real at all.
The thumb is weird. Look at how the thumb goes in there. It's very weird.
Hold a newspaper like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you could tell it's.
Well, I do, Nancy. I hold a newspaper like that. Sorry, that's an awful Mitch McConnell. But.
Underneath the thumb, they didn't even handle it right. There's, it looks like a big highlight around his thumb where it would be a shadow if he was squeezing it.
Yeah.
And
then there's the tag on the shirt. The tag on the shirt is also
what's it say? Kohl's $9.99, 70% off.
It's mumbo. It's AI mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. The one thing that drew my attention first was the lettering on the newspaper.
Yeah.
Because the headline looks like it's a script or something.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I not only zoomed in on the photo. First of all, I got to say this photo is only 700 pixels wide. There's no other photos on their website that are that small. I mean, on their social media that's that small.
You talking about Mitch McConnell's social media?
No, on the Washington Post.
Yeah.
No, on Mitch McConnell's.
Mitch McConnell's.
You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. And
wow.
There's no other photo that small. That's really tiny, so people can't blow it up and see the detail, right? That's probably why they did that. If you just took a picture with your cell phone, that would be over 2,000 pixels wide.
Right.
Now, why would they downsize a photo like that so small? So I not only zoomed in it, I enlarged the image two ways. I enlarged it using AI, which added pixels, but also would add information. And
we're going to take a break, Nancy. I'm going to get you on the other side. Hold tight here.
Stay tuned for this.
Wow.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
The U.S. military is getting ready to put a blockade back in place around Iran's ports. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It was lifted during the ceasefire. It'll be reimposed today as fighting rages on.
We will end up discontrolling the whole thing. And what they're doing is being very foolish, very stupid, and they've treated people horribly.
And President Trump says to keep the Strait of Hormuz safe, the U.S. will charge ships 20% for passage after a third day of American strikes.
The U.S. pounded Iran for 5 hours last night. CENTCOM says they hit military targets across 6 different locations.
Fox's Aisha Hasni also reports from the White House. Iran also keeps up the attacks.
The IRGC carried out drone and missile strikes on U.S. military targets in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Jordan. And a Dutch shipping firm says one of its vessels was struck off the coast of Oman.
And Iran also hit 2 other tankers, and oil prices keep rising back up more than 2%. WTI back to about $80 a barrel. A week ago, it was 68, something the president may discuss with Iraq's new prime minister today when he visits the White House for talks trying to deepen a financial partnership with the U.S. There's another ICE shooting being protested and investigated. This one in Biddeford, Maine, where immigration agents were trying to detain someone here illegally.
Maine Senator Angus King said DHS Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen told him the officer opened fire after the driver tried to use his car as a weapon against agents. He also claims the shooting victim was not the target of the arrest warrant.
Fox's Nate Foy, a deputy U.S. Marshal, shot and killed trying to arrest a wanted fugitive in Louisiana. That led to a long standoff until the suspect was taken into custody, then hospitalized with injuries. South Carolina gets a new senator today. Lindsey Graham's sister Darlene will be sworn in after being appointed by the governor.
It is such a privilege to get to finish some of his important work.
Darlene Graham Nordone will finish the term for Senator Graham that will last till January. America's listening to Fox News.
Everyone walks through seasons of uncertainty, but you don't have to walk through them alone. At intouch.org, you'll find messages of hope, biblical truth, and encouragement from Dr. Charles Stanley, available anytime you need it. Dive into devotionals, watch sermons, or explore resources that help you draw closer to God day by day. When you're ready to refocus your heart and renew your faith, visit intouch.org. It may be exactly what your soul needs today.
Of all the wireless companies in America, only one has 5 stars in every category from Consumer Reports, and that company is Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. Plus, no service contracts and no cancellation fees. Just phenomenal U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network. Dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
The U.S. is taking an additional step trying to keep Ebola from spreading here as the outbreak worsens in Africa.
The head of emergencies at the World Health Organization says the true number of Ebola cases in the Democratic Republic of Congo is much higher than officially stated, at least twice the confirmed total of 1,900 and possibly 4 times that number. More than 700 people have died in the current outbreak. Yesterday, the Trump administration said it would block U.S. citizens traveling home from the DRC on commercial flights. Americans will have to spend at least 21 days in a third country. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
There is something else spreading here, a nasty stomach bug.
Michigan's Department of Health and Human Services now reporting over 2,600 cases linked to an outbreak of cyclosporiasis, a foodborne illness that causes diarrhea. At least 44 people have been hospitalized in the state. No deaths have been reported. Investigators say the outbreak could be linked to lettuce or other salad greens, but they've not ruled out other foods and have yet to single out a specific grower or supplier. Cases have been reported in more than 30 states, but Michigan appears to be the epicenter, with 1,000 more cases reported in the state since its last update on Friday. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
On Wall Street, as oil prices rise again, Dow futures go down more than 300 points, though they're up for the NASDAQ the day after a sell-off. Soccer's World Cup resumes this afternoon. France will play Spain in the first semifinal, 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Tomorrow it'll be Argentina versus England. Tonight, it's the baseball all-star game after a home run derby that came down to a final swing. The call on Netflix says St. Louis Cardinal Jordan Walker hit the Derby-winning dinger to beat Philly Kyle Schwarber in the final round in Philadelphia last night. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have mostly cloudy skies, sunshine trying to pop through the clouds, 73 degrees. Good morning, I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. News time is 8:05. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. Utica police still looking for information after a 16-year-old was shot multiple times at Proctor Park on Friday. The teen is listed in stable condition. Police still looking for a suspect. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Utica Police Department. You can also submit a tip anonymously through Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers. A former coach at Alien High School and Central Valley Academy has died after being struck by a pickup truck over the weekend. The Ontario County Sheriff's Office says it happened on Saturday evening. 67-year-old William Obernesser was crossing the street in front of a hotel in the town of Hopewell, when he was struck by the truck. He was taken to a hospital in Canandaigua, where he was later pronounced dead. The cause of the accident is still under investigation. The president of Mohawk Valley Edge has officially retired after 30 years with the organization. An announcement from Mohawk Valley Edge says Shauna Papel's retirement took effect on July 1st. She joined the organization as a program manager and later went on to become president. Mohawk Valley Edge provides economic development services for Oneida County. There is an executive committee that is preparing to launch a national search for the next president of Edge. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. News time is 8:07. Here's your Weather Center forecast.
Heat advisory headlines it. That's 11 o'clock this morning until 8 o'clock this evening. And what that means, you factor in the temperature and the humidity, it's going to feel close to 100. So a little case of the warm and stickies today. Easy sunshine with some high clouds around. Actual air temperature 96, 97, but it could feel just over 100. That hazy sunshine continuing until that sun sets, and then it'll be mainly clear overnight tonight, breezy and mild in the mid-70s. Even the Adirondacks will stay probably in the mid-upper 60s. Now, tomorrow we've got sunshine, maybe a little bit of haze around. There's some patchy smoke in the atmosphere today and tomorrow from Canadian wildfires. Near 90 degrees, sunshine, upper 80s on Thursday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
We have some clouds, 73 degrees at 8:07. Bill, I'll just do a quick sports update here. Semifinals of the FIFA World Cup today, 3 o'clock on Fox. You'll have Spain taking on France. And the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is coming up tonight as well. And can I quickly mention the conversation we had before we get back into Mitch McConnell photo?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I commented, and I think you agreed, that, wow, Mitch McConnell's wife looks significantly younger than him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how old she is?
Does she look really good for her age?
She looks really good for her age.
Really? Is she in her 70s?
73.
Wow.
Right.
Well, McConnell's like 110.
He's 84.
He
looks
only
really
84.
bad for 84.
Wow.
And she looks great for 73.
She does. Okay, is the Mitch McConnell hospital photo real? Hold on, I'm supposed to do this.
I wonder.
Let's bring in photojournalist and long time. She's been around since photographs have been taken. Nancy Ford. Maybe a little later than that.
Since they've been what, taken?
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm just saying you've been around a long time.
yes.
Okay.
I took my first photo in 1982.
All right. So, meanwhile, kids today take their first photos when they're like 2.
Yeah.
On their parents'
well, Nancy
phone.
was 3 when she ddid it, so.
But then you're dealing with phone, you're dealing with film and everything. It's crazy. Okay, so Manaski has questions. Once again, can you reiterate? You believe? No, I'm sorry. You know the photo of Mitch McConnell in the hospital bed is not real.
Fake.
Okay, Nancy, let me ask
and
you.
You're not alone. I found a story. Laura Loomer, the right-wing conservative influencer, completely agrees. And many in the MAGA world agree.
I will say this, in fairness, the MAGA world, because I'll go back to the QAnon stuff and some of the Trump election stuff, I do think the MAGA world is more prone to buy into a conspiracy, even if it's against one of their own folks, right? Because he's a Republican, Mitch McConnell's a Republican. But Nancy, here's my question for you. What I'm wondering is, and you might know where I'm going, but let me try to blurt this question out. You know, we will see nowadays, if you go to Google and you search something, you can put it in AI mode. And essentially, you know, we've seen lawyers go to court with documents and arguments that were filled in by AI. We've seen this in other situations as well with college students and term papers, right? Didn't we see this with Maha, with Robert F. Kennedy, and some documents that he had put forward where it was just made up by AI, citing studies that didn't actually exist and reinventing what the actual studies that did exist, what they found. Here's my point. Is it possible that a smaller, grainy picture, when you're putting it through this AI technology to search to find out if it's valid, what it does, like it does with information in some cases in a term paper or a legal argument, it tries to satisfy the user. So it's putting things in there that the pixels, it can't be read, so it just fills in the blank for you. Like the halo around the hair that you talked about, or the newspaper article where it's all gibberish and it's not English words or language that appear on that newspaper. It's almost like hieroglyphics. Is it possible that AI just puts that in because you're trying to zoom in further than the picture allows you to go?
That was a very long question.
I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Well, the problem is, though, is that if it's a photo that was AI, that you have to, yeah.
AI gets its detail from other photos that they take on the internet or from their bank of photos. So what I did was I enlarged the photo 2 ways. I added pixels 2 ways, one with AI and one with software I had from before AI when I needed to upsize a photo. That photo, the software is called Photo Zoom, and that photo does not make things up. It only spreads the pixels and makes them sharper.
So that's software.
So that's the software that I've had for like
Whereas
10
AI basically recreates the photo.
Yes.
And that's a
where it
big
has
difference.
to.
And this is what we
Where
were
it
talking
has
about.
to.
We were talking earlier is that if the Washington Post recreated the photo because they wanted it larger and they used AI to enlarge the photo, that I think that would be unethical because the entire story is about the authenticity of the photo. And if you use AI to enlarge it, it's no longer the original photo. Do you agree with that?
Yes, but I don't think that they did. I
Okay.
think they just upsized it.
So you think they upsized it?
Yes, because when I did it with AI, I got a different result than when I used the Photo Zoom, and theirs was closer to what I did.
Well, and remember,
they didn't go up very high.
just enough where they could put it into their paper and online.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
It was only like it went up to 1,024.
So the only
from
photo that ever
700.
came out of McConnell's office, this is important, the only photo that ever came out of McConnell's office was like 300 by something, right?
What, 3,000? No. Oh, you mean the other photo?
The original photo that came from
It was 700.
700. So now there are photos out there
765.
that are larger. The only way you could get larger is by using the software she's talking about or with AI for everybody, for all these newspapers.
Yes.
Yes. So, all right, interesting. And you are, give people your credentials, just what you've done in your career.
Well, I've been doing photography since '82. I worked at the OD for 15 years, and I now do editorial, commercial, anything.
And you're, for instance, I've asked you, give me some really nice shots of me singing with Showtime on stage, but take 20 pounds off me, could you? And she's able to do this crap. She's really.
I am the
good.
pixel princess.
Yeah, Sheila?
I can recreate any photo. I've been doing it before AI. I know all the tricks, and I could tell.
She really can take 20 pounds off you?
She can take 20 pounds off and add hair. I'm just telling you. Now, you might look like Gene Shalit, if you remember what he looked like.
There'll be a halo in the background.
There'll be no halo with hers. She's good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that you noticed. And by the way, Mitch McConnell's office got caught a few years ago using a photoshopped photo or AI, one or the other. They got caught. And it was a newspaper that caught them. So this is not the first time that this accusation has been made. And you say it's a sloppy job, especially the hair with his wife.
Well, it was pretty good for a normal newbie, but for someone like me, I would have gone in and cleaned up around the hair. I would have, whatever they did with that finger. It looks like they tried to pretend he was holding a newspaper, and they did whatever they could with a finger. It was like weird.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
think that
odd.
they put a newspaper. I don't know where that newspaper front is from. I saw somebody say it came from a recent newspaper, but if it did, wouldn't you put it? I mean, you know when people are holding people hostage and they send in a photo, they always have them holding a newspaper.
Yeah. That was my other thought
So-
too.
Yeah.
That's often a hostage photo when you're using the newspaper to prove the date.
To prove.
But
all right,
I
very
have a
interesting.
feeling the guy is probably brain dead or being kept alive.
So you don't believe he's okay?
No.
So for those that are wondering, by the way, the Democrat, the governor of Kentucky is a Democrat, and apparently there is a law that will not allow him to appoint someone. I don't know what will happen, but he's trying to change the law so we can appoint someone. He is pushing very hard to have Mitch McConnell come forward and show that he is A-OK. So this is where all this is coming from.
Well, I got to tell you, I think it's weird that 2 senators had heart attacks in their home within a week apart.
Well, we don't know if Mitch McConnell had a heart attack.
Yeah, and this has been a long,
this has
been an ongoing health issue. I mean, even you look back to when he fell, and then it was 6 months or a year ago. Remember, he had the press conference, and they asked him a question, and he was just staring at the camera.
He was staring in the camera.
So here's something.
He called it his Biden moment.
Did you see the FBI went into
Lindsey Graham's
home?
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah, they're saying it's procedural. They're just making sure, and they're saying at this point there's nothing that makes them believe there's anything criminal.
Bill, I'm trying to start a conspiracy.
Okay, sorry.
I think you're doing a good job. But real quick on the Kentucky situation, this is AI overview from Google. Under a 2024 Kentucky law, a U.S. Senate vacancy must be filled exclusively through a special election. The governor is no longer permitted to make a temporary appointment.
They did this. This was passed by Republicans in Kentucky and specifically for Mitch McConnell, because Mitch McConnell has been not well for
a while.
Yeah. 3, 4, 5 years.
The Lindsey Graham was a sudden, he seemed healthy and vibrant. That was expected. But we've been counting down the days on McConnell for a while.
Yes, and the rules in South Carolina, is he South Carolina, Lindsey Graham?
Lindsey Graham was.
Yeah. Obviously, his sister is going to step in till the end of the year. He was already in the middle of of an election, midterm election. So I believe they're going to try to do a quick primary to select the Republican candidate in South Carolina. So there's a lot going on there.
So this Mitch McConnell thing, though, the whole thing about, we read something earlier, and with all due respect, August 4th to avoid a governor's appointment.
There is no governor appointment. Yep.
Maybe some of this conspiracy is true, but some of it isn't.
Okay, Nancy L. Ford. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
All right. And by the way, your gallery of the annual Nancy Ford Boilermaker Gallery is up on our website at WIBX950.com. Check it out. I like to say your photos emit an amazing amount of personality and feeling, and you can check them out from the Boilermaker on Sunday, and we appreciate it.
Yep. All right.
All right, thank you.
Good night.
Okay. Good night. Go back to bed.
A couple quick comments here. Rocky in Utica says, a quick Google search, and I did this, Rocky, you are correct. Some say yes, some say no, but there are many stories with headlines that say a quick Google search will tell you multiple forensic experts have studied the photo of Mitch McConnell in the hospital and have determined that it is not fake. I do see many stories where they cite experts and say this is a real photo. We ran it through the mill. And
I don't know how they could do that with such a low resolution.
I think that's a good point. I'm not making that case.
Yeah.
I'm not making that case, and I do think I kind of side 60-40 on the side of it is fake.
And I got to tell you, our forensic,
what we saw on the thing.
Our expert is Nancy, who, she has sent us examples, and boy, I got to tell you, it's very convincing, and she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, I
she
agree.
does it for a living. Got a break, and Mighty John, the record guy, is next on WIBX.
There's never been a better time to buy the commercial mower that has your back. Ferris. For a limited time, your Ferris dealer, Clinton Tractor, has the best financing offers of the year. Choose the offer that works best for you, 36 or 60 months. There are even options to skip payments when work is slow. It's never been easier to buy a Ferris. So visit Clinton Tractor today on Meadow Street in Clinton. Ferris. Experience suspension. All loans subject to credit approval.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
You know, around here, a good vehicle isn't just transportation, it's family time, weekend adventures, and getting where life takes you. Maybe you're loading up the kids for a day at the Utica Zoo, or you're heading north to Enchanted Forest Water Safari for the weekend. Or maybe you're pointing the hood south toward Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Wherever the road leads, you want to know your vehicle is ready for the trip. And right now at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, purchase any 4 Bridgestone tires and receive a $150 $50 rebate. It's a great time to upgrade your ride before your next adventure, because when you're headed somewhere important, peace of mind rides along too. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, driving our community since 1980. Trusted for quality, known for service, and helping get you there safely, mile after mile. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, Yorkville, Utica, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com. We'll keep the wheels turning so you can keep making memories.
This is Dan from Acme Pool and Spa on Commercial Drive in New Hartford, across from Texas Roadhouse. Get years of summer fun for you and your family with a new above-ground pool starting at just $89.99 installed. You can take advantage of our 0% in-house financing. We can have your new pool installed in about 10 days. Don't let the summer pass you by. If an in-ground pool is your dream, the experts at Acme will guide you through the process. There's nothing better than enjoying summer in your backyard with an in-ground pool. Don't miss out on our midsummer sale with above-ground pools starting at $89.99 installed within about 10 days with our in-house 0% financing. Or let the experts at Acme guide you through selecting a custom in-ground pool, choosing from steel or fiberglass options. That's Acme Pool and Spa on Commercial Drive in New Hartford, and our midsummer pool sale going on now. We do the work, you just enjoy.
The Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills is now accepting new patients. This is Bill Keeler. It is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic. And right now, the Falcon Clinic is accepting new patients. Since adding some new physicians, a new physician's assistant, including Dr. Cheryl Mattern, they're now accepting new patients. Just call 315-507-4751. And yes, it is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic, which means they do more. They look deeper. And your appointments are not in and out on your way. You're going to be with the doctor as long as you need to be with the doctor. And if your appointment is at 2 o'clock, you're in shortly thereafter. You're not going to sit around for an hour and a half. That's big. It's the Falcon Clinic. Dr. Kosminski, Dr. Mattern, Dr. Zielinski, Dr. Shemaleski, all under one roof. The Falcon Clinic. Call 315-507-4751.
If you're looking for smart, balanced talk to wrap up your day, tune in to The Guy Benson Show. Weeknights at 7 will break down the biggest stories in politics, culture, and the media with sharp analysis, lively interviews, and a dose of humor. From Capitol Hill to the day's hottest headlines, we bring you the facts and the conversation behind them. If you miss it during the week, catch the weekend edition Sunday afternoon starting at 1. That's The Guy Benson Show, weeknights at 7 and Sundays at 1 on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Easy now, easy now, easy now. Listen, as you go out, I see these garage sales. I can smell the vinyl. Do you know this? You can actually smell the vinyl.
And sometimes cat urine.
Yeah, sometimes. Actually, we were driving down the road, and there was this old car. Had to be like from 1965 or something. It was like a station wagon. And it was in really bad shape. I'm like, what are they going to do with that? Scrap metal? I mean, scrap rust? But I said to my wife, I can tell you, I know exactly what that car smells like inside.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that old
leather?
Some of it was leather, but that's at a time where they were doing some other kind of cloth, and there was just a smell in those old vehicles that you just knew. Oh, that you could be blindfolded and you would know, yeah, that's old vehicle smell right there. And vinyl will give you the same thing. Maybe it's the cover. I don't know. Maybe it's where it was stored. But I feel like sometimes you're smelling money. That brings in Mighty John, the record guy. Right? You're smelling money.
Good morning, Bill. Yeah, it usually smells musty, records.
Yes,
it's been in the cellar for a while. Yeah,
yeah, that does happen. And if there is that musty smell, that's not necessarily good for the cover, especially, or the sleeve.
Yeah. Keep them out of the basement. Yes.
But listen, here we are. Your chance to get out there at a garage sale or a yard sale or something, and end up walking away with something valuable. John has for the month of July records that are worth 100 or more, and a lot more in some cases. What do we have, Mighty John?
Well, one of the great TV theme shows of the 60s, 70s was Hogan's Heroes. Bob Crane played Colonel Hogan. If you find a copy of the 45 theme from Hogan's Heroes, his picture right on the cover, up to $100 today.
All right.
And like you, Bill, he was a DJ back in 1956. No, I know you don't go back that far.
Well, let me tell you, his life, didn't his life end really weirdly?
Yes, very sad ending.
Yeah, terrible. I hope that's not my future. I don't think it is.
No. Look for the Beatles, Always Worth Money, 1969, 45, Let It Be. Little 45 with its picture sleeve up to $100, and we always note those picture sleeves. In this case, by itself, the sleeve up to $75,
Wow.
$25 for the record. Well, 78s can be worth money, too. People always ask me, what about those old 78s? Well, if they're rock and roll 78s, yes. Purple People Eater, one of the great novelty songs of all time by Sheb Wooley. Find a copy up to $100 today. Strawberry Alarm Clock, Incense and Peppermints, one-hit wonders they were. Find the album, Incense and Peppermints. It's currently up to $125. A little bit more recently, 1976, the Bee Gees, 12-inch single. 12-inch singles were very popular back in the 70s and 80s and can be worth money today. This one, You Should Be Dancing by the Bee Gees, up to $125. The only country band to ever appear on Dick Clark's American Bandstand was Alabama. Their first album, Alabama Band No. 3, current value up to $400.
So in the 80s, I was starting my radio career and was working at a country station, and Alabama came along, and then, Kenny Rogers was doing his thing, and Eddie Rabbitt and Crystal Gale, but Alabama everybody loved Alabama except for the purists who said this is not country music. And it was a big, their stuff was huge crossover material.
Yep. Great band. One of the great hits of the early rock and roll era, My Baby Does the Hanky Panky. Find a copy by the Shondells with Tommy James on the original label, Snap Records. Then you're up to $500. If you have it on Roulette Records, maybe $10. So look for that label, Snap.
Okay.
Mamas and Papas, California Dreamin'. That 45 with its picture sleeve, $500, and about 99% of that is just for that black and white picture sleeve for California Dreamin' by the Mamas and Papas.
So what was Dennis Hopper, what relationship did he have with them?
Well, in 1970, Michelle Phillips, formerly with the Mamas and Papas, married Dennis Hopper, most notably for the movie Easy Rider.
Yeah.
And they divorced 8 days later.
Okay. There you go.
The match made in heaven. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beach Boys, their very first 45 is called, of all things, Surfin'. Find a copy on Candix Records, C-A-N-D-I-X, Candix Records, Beach Boys, up to $1,500. And number one on our list for July, those promo records that went to radio stations with those wonderful words, not for sale, promotional copy. They can often be worth a lot more than the commercial copy sold in the stores. The Beatles, From Me to You, the first Beatle record to chart in the U.S., 1963. On VJ Records, white label promotional copy, up to $2,000 today.
So I did not know that was the first to chart in the U.S. I did not know that.
Debuted at number 116 on Billboard.
Okay. Wow.
And written by who? Del Shannon.
Del Shannon. Yeah, From Me to You. Good stuff. And, of course, you have a website. It's moneymusic.com. And your list with over 1 million songs and values is enormous.
Well, I thank you very much. And we have a discount price on our guides right now, so you can actually get it for half price. If you go to moneymusic.com, half price is $12.45.
Good stuff. John, as always, we appreciate it. We'll do it again soon. And never walk by a garage sale without smelling the vinyl.
I'll think of you, Bill.
All right. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Mighty John, the record guy. Pretty wild. All right. The latest on Senator, and Manasseh's going to handle this, the latest on Senator Lindsey Graham's death. Where are we now? We'll go to Fox News. Jared Halpern from Fox News standing by on the line right now. Jared, good morning.
Good morning to you.
What do we know here so far?
So his sister Darlene is going to take the oath. She'll be sworn in today to fill out the term of her late brother, Lindsey Graham. She is the younger sister of Lindsey Graham, and Lindsey Graham largely raised her. In fact, ended up adopting her. Both of their parents died when she was very young. Lindsey Graham cared for her, basically raised her, and she has been a constant presence in his life, often appearing with him at campaign events, especially when he had launched his presidential bid several years ago. And so there was not a lot of surprise here that this is who the governor turned to fill out his term. We heard from her yesterday. She said she thinks this is what Lindsey wants, and that she knows how hard he worked, that she's going to try and keep up that same pace. Certainly, her brother leaves a big hole in the U.S. Senate. He was involved in so many different things. She only served through the end of the year. That seat was up for re-election. Lindsey Graham was running for re-election because of his sudden death. There is now a rocket primary that is going to get underway to find a new Republican nominee. Candidates can start filing for that next week for a primary to be held in early August with a potential runoff in late August, and then straight to races for that November general election to fill a new 6-year term. So kind of uncharted territory here. This is going to be a quick turnaround for Republicans in South Carolina, but there is a process in place. The state law kind of calls for what happens next, and we're going to see that play out now over the next several weeks.
What is the state law and the steps that'll be taken from here? You said they can begin to file as early as next week, but we don't know who the candidates potentially could be yet, right? On the Republican
so far,
side.
Nobody has officially announced that they're going to get in. There are certainly some inklings of folks that could be interested. One of the interesting dynamics here is there was just a Republican primary in South Carolina. Lindsey Graham won the Senate primary far and away. But there was a very competitive, if you recall, gubernatorial primary. A lot of Republicans had run for that. They all kind of sought President Trump's endorsement. The candidates who fell short in that have all kind of been suggested as potential candidates here, since they would already have kind of the campaign infrastructure. Nancy Mace, the congresswoman, has suggested she may get into that race. The Lieutenant Governor, Paula Vet, has suggested she may get into that race. Congressman Ralph Norman, who also ran for governor, has suggested he may get into it, but so far nobody has gone the gun. They are kind of waiting here to allow an appropriate time period to mourn Lindsey Graham, and I think also to kind of get a sense of what the environment looks like. Could they be a viable candidate? This is going to be a tough race, given how short timeline is for it, and I think there may also be conversations happening behind the scenes with the state officials, certainly with the White House. Does President Trump have a favorite candidate?
Right.
So those are the signs I think we're going to be looking for before, again, that filing period opens next week.
All right, and then last question. We've got kind of a tough line on you. It sounds like a digital line. It's jumping in and out. It's almost like I expect some of our listeners to say it's AI, similar to maybe what some would say is the Mitch McConnell photo. But before we, instead of diving into that, let me ask, his sister, Darlene, I believe is her name, does she have or has ever expressed any political aspiration?
No, and she's never run for office, but again, she is very close to Lindsey Graham, has been a part of his campaign, certainly as contract as kind of an unofficial advisor, and it's not that unusual. I mean, we have seen throughout history, senators especially, unexpectedly, we've seen their spouses get appointed. We've seen members of their family get appointed, again, because this is a short term, filling out the remainder of that term, and she is not expected to make a run for that full 6-year term, again, in that Republican primary.
All right. Thank you so much, Jared Halpern from Fox News Radio. Have a great day. Yeah, we did have a bit of a tough line on him there, so it was like kind of filling in the blanks, almost like it was trying to make up the pixels in an audio form. Anyway, it is 8:36. I'll give you a quick update on the news here. Smitty, can we go right to the bed? Thank you very much. And as we said, we're looking at a hot one today. We'll take a closer look at your forecast in a minute. We have cloudy skies and 74 degrees. As we were just discussing, Lindsey Graham's sister will take his South Carolina Senate seat until the end of his term following his death over the weekend. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster announcing Monday that Darlene Graham Nordone will serve in the role until the term ends in January. President Trump is dramatically slashing the size of two Utah national monuments, Bears Ears and the Grand Staircase, will be shrunk down to about a tenth of their size. The move was applauded by Governor Spencer Cox and the Republicans who make up Utah's congressional delegation. Environmental groups think it's being done to make mining companies happy. Meanwhile, President Trump will meet with the Prime Minister of Iraq today at the White House. The Prime Minister, Ali al-Zahidi, is in the U.S. all week in a push to deepen economic ties between the United States and Iraq. The parents of a Mississippi college athlete whose body was found on Horn Island are asking for details. So far, there's no cause of death for 18-year-old Nolan Wells, but his mother, Christine, says she doesn't believe that he drowned while swimming. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump says the family wants that autopsy because they, quote, lack confidence in the ongoing investigation, end quote. Chipotle Mexican Grill will soon open its first restaurant in Mexico. Doors will open Thursday in Nuevo Leon in partnership with Alsea, a leading restaurant operator in Latin America and Europe. Chipotle CEO Scott Boatwright says they are entering the country with deep respect for their culinary heritage, along with the belief that there is strong interest in high-quality food that the establishment offers. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:39. Here is your Weather Center forecast.
Heat advisory headlines it. That's 11 o'clock this morning until 8 o'clock this evening. And what that means, you factor in the temperature and the humidity, it's going to feel close to 100. So a little case of the warm and stickies today. Easy sunshine with some high clouds around. Actual air temperature 96, 97, but it could feel just over 100. That hazy sunshine continuing until that sun sets. Then it'll be mainly clear overnight tonight, breezy and mild in the mid-70s. Even the Adirondacks will stay probably in the mid-upper 60s. Now tomorrow we've got sunshine, maybe a little bit of haze around. Maybe some patchy smoke in the atmosphere today and tomorrow from Canadian wildfires. Near 90 degrees, sunshine upper 80s on Thursday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Cloudy and 74 at 8:40.
The summer sale is on at Mattress Express. Get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin. Ask how to get upgraded to an adjustable base for free. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
People of all ages can experience any level of discomfort for knee pain, hip pain, back pain, and you know what? It could be stemming from your feet. This is Bill Keeler. The Good Feet Store is here to help, and there are so many that swear by these inserts that go into your shoes and make all the difference in the world when it comes to pain. It's a 3-step system. Strengtheners, maintainers, and relaxers. They're a whole program that you follow, and it could very well change your life when it comes to pain. It's called the Good Feet Store. No obligation. You can walk right in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment is needed. You can walk right in. They're located now in New Hartford at 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford. Get directions, make an appointment if you like, ask questions, 315-999-3910. It's the Good Feet Store, 315-999-3910.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
Little Falls Lumber has everything you need for home improvement season. They're fully stocked with secondary grade metal in all colors. Available in 12-foot lengths and affordable solutions for sheds, garages, and roof repairs. Tired of digging through warped boards at the big box stores? At Little Falls Lumber, you'll find only premium grade lumber, hand-selected for quality. They also carry roofing, siding, windows, doors, and much more. Visit Little Falls Lumber in Little Falls in Syracuse. Call 315-823-2470 or go to littlefallslumber.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You know, around here, a good vehicle isn't just transportation, it's family time, weekend adventures, and getting where life takes you. Maybe you're loading up the kids for a day at the Utica Zoo, or you're heading north to Enchanted Forest Water Safari for the weekend. Or maybe you're pointing the hood south toward Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Wherever the road leads, you want to know your vehicle is ready for the trip. And right now at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, purchase any 4 Bridgestone tires and receive a $150 rebate. It's a great time to upgrade your ride before your next adventure, because when you're headed somewhere important, peace of mind rides along too. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, driving our community since 1980. Trusted for quality, known for service, and helping get you there safely, mile after mile. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, Yorkville, Utica, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com. We'll keep the wheels turning so you can keep making memories.
Did you know your most treasured rugs can look new again? At ABC ChemDry, we specialize in premium area rug cleaning. From treasured family heirlooms to fine rugs from around the world, our trained specialists use a careful 5-step process, inspecting, dusting, cleaning, drying, grooming, and protecting, so your rug always gets the expert care it deserves. Don't wait. Call ABC ChemDry today at 315-738-1111 to schedule a drop-off or pickup.
For a number of reasons, Sarah's Flooring Outlet should be on the top of your list for any of your flooring needs. This is Bill Keeler. Reason number 1, Sarah's has the area's largest inventory, in stock, and plenty for you to choose from. Reason number 2, Sarah's offers the best in quality floor covering. Top name brands like Shaw, Mohawk, Coratec, Mannington, and there are so many others. Reason number 3, Sarah's will meet or beat any locally advertised price. Reason number 4, it's service. Decades of experience, starting with Sal and Sarah and everybody, the entire team. You get unbeatable service at Sarah's Flooring Outlet. And remember, you can get 6 months interest-free financing for qualified buyers in Sarah's Flooring Outlet. Unrivaled service and experience, all at an affordable price. Now you see why more people buy from the big store. Route 49 Plaza, River Road, Marcy, and in sarahsflooringoutlet.com.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
All right, we are back. It's First News Keeler in the morning, 8:46. And we're going to go to the phone lines to talk about an interesting event that's coming up that I believe, in fact, you can attend. And from St. Louis, Gonzaga, is Pastor Boutros El Hashem. I hope I say that right. Father Peter, I'm told I can call you that as well. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, David?
Very good. This is it is Jeff and Davey, and I want to talk about an event that you have coming up. This is featuring Raymond Nader, right? Talk
Yes.
about who Raymond is.
Raymond is a guest speaker from Lebanon who had like a special spiritual experience from a patron saint in the Maronite Catholic Church called Saint Charbel. He's the most miraculous saint. So Raymond wants to give his experience in Utica, New York, spiritually, to let the people know that God can work in a spiritual way and in a physical way at the same time. So sometimes we ask for a miracle just physically, and we forget that the miracles can be inside miracle, like spiritually, to change behaviors, to forget our past, to go forward. This is what happened with Raymond when he got his experience from Saint Charbel, and he changed his life. It was amazing. So he's coming Thursday at 6 p.m., the 16th of July, the day after tomorrow, to St. Louis Gonzaga to give his testimony and witnessing about Saint Charbel.
Just a little bit of a background on Raymond Nader. So he was born in Mount Lebanon in 1961, graduated from the Jesuit University in Lebanon with a degree in electromechanical engineering. He then left Lebanon to work in the United Kingdom, where he specialized in nuclear physics. One day, Raymond began to search through science and technology for answers concerning creation, the universe, and God's mystery. He was wondering, does God truly exist? Where is he? Is Christ really the Son of God? Was he crucified? And there are many other religious-based questions and questions that center on creationism. And I think, is it one or were there two miracles that were conducted around or that Nader is involved in?
I think so. He will talk about it. The thing that I know that Raymond, from the day that he met Saint Charbel, when Saint Charbel put his hand over his shoulder and the fingers were placed on his shoulder, he changed his life. He woke up and he said, "Where I'm going? Yeah, Jesus is my Lord." And he started preaching and teaching about the love of Jesus. And now he's the leader of the Saint Charbel family and all over the world that can have maybe over 1,000 members.
So this incident in particular with St. Charbel, this occurred on July 15th. So he will be speaking, 31 years, almost 31 years to the day after this incident happened. But Raymond was at the Feast of St. Charbel, and then you talked about St. Charbel touching him on the shoulder. Did it left, was it bruising or burning, the hand mark on his skin?
Yeah, it was burning, but he didn't feel like pain, just burning, but he was surprised, what's this? And later the doctor said, these are fingers, supernatural, like, what did you have? He told them, I saw Saint Charbel, and he put his hand over my shoulder. And they realized that this burning, it's not a burning like we burn in fire or something like this. It's a different kind, like all is about spirituality.
And he also, did he have a vision or did he have a dream? There was some interaction with Saint Charbel, right, where he was
awake.
He was awake.
He was not sleeping, yeah. It's like it was a vision. It was a vision. When he talked about it, you feel he saw it like in his sight, in his eyes. Like it was not an imagination. No.
Part of that vision, I guess, if we'll call it that, the Lord has created each human being to shine, to enlighten the world. You are the light of the world. Your glass must be, and I'll skip through, I don't want to read the whole thing, but you should realize the purpose for which you are born into this world. Christ knows what's in your hearts, and it's in your hearts that he wants. Don't seek for the truth outside of Christ. Fear not, and be sure that Christ has defeated the world. So once again, this is happening, and folks locally will have a chance not only to meet Raymond Nader, but they'll hear about his experience on Thursday night.
Thursday night at 6 p.m., St. Louis Gonzaga Church on 520 Rutgers Street in Utica, New York. And we will have a mass with the anointing of oil from St. Charbel, blessing with the relic, and testimony of our brother Raymond Nader.
All right. 520 Rutgers Street is where it's happening. It's Thursday night at 6 p.m. Is it free to attend?
Yeah, for sure. It's a mass. Anyone can attend. Anyone can attend. Come as you are. Bring your burden, bring your sickness, bring whatever you want with you and put it on Jesus and St. Charbel, and you will go out from the church carrying a special peace and a special joy from the Lord Jesus Christ, for sure.
We're speaking with Pastor Boutros El Hashim over at St. Louis Gonzaga Church. Father, is there anything with what's going on in the world, any message or anything you want to say? Because I know Lebanon is often involved in some headlines with what's going on tied to our current conflict with Iran.
You know, through the history, Lebanon is always in combat. I don't know why. I cannot answer this question. But I know in the same time that Lebanon is the country of peace, the country of saints, and the country of Christianity in the Middle East. The only country that is still Catholic in the Middle East is Lebanon. The only country that has beautiful mountains is Lebanon. The only country that you visit and you see crosses all over the mountains is Lebanon. So Lebanon is special. We're not fearing the war. We're not fearing the war. God is there. God is working in different way and in exceptional way. We don't understand it now, but Lebanon will stay the country of peace and the country that is open to all the countries and is the Christian country that preach about Jesus Christ.
All right. Raymond Nader, who was touched by St. Charbel on the Feast of St. Charbel almost 31 years ago today, will be in Utica. St. Louis Gonzaga is located on Rutger Street, 520 Rutger, and he will be appearing on Thursday night, 6 p.m. Father, thank you so much for your time today and talking about this upcoming opportunity for folks to come listen to Mr. Nader's presentation.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you a lot, and God bless you for the wonderful work that you're doing in your mission by saying all the different kinds of beautiful things on this radio.
Oh, thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you. Same to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It is 8:54. I got a couple comments here in regard to the photo of Mitch McConnell, whether it's real or not. We'll share some thoughts on that. And also I have a growing list of Republicans who say the Mitch McConnell photo is not real, or at least raising some serious questions about it. We'll tackle that and maybe some final thoughts on the other side. It's First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
At Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, we are dedicated to helping you understand your benefits and how to use them. It's one of the reasons why, for the third straight year, we have been named #1 in customer satisfaction among Medicare Advantage plans in New York, and #1 for ease of doing business by J.D. Power. We were named most trusted, too. We remain committed to giving you high-quality coverage and the best possible Medicare experience. Learn more at medicare.excellusbcbs.com. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Windows down, music up. Summer officially starts when you're driving a new Chevy from Steed Ponte Chevrolet in Herkimer. This month, score 0% financing on select 2026 Chevy Trax, Equinox, and Silverado models. Looking for the perfect summer SUV? Lease a new Chevy Equinox LT all-wheel drive for just $329 a month. Or if your summer plans call for a truck, get up to $7,000 off a new Chevy Silverado. Road trips, boat days, backyard projects, wherever summer takes you, get there in a new Chevy from Steed Ponte Chevrolet. These deals are only here through July 31st, so don't wait. Cruise into Steed Ponte Chevrolet in Herkimer today. Stop in and see why it's always easy to do business at Steed Ponte Chevrolet. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. 0% financing available in lieu of select rebates. Equinox lease is 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, plus $4,000 plus first payment, tax and fees due at signing. Customers must have a current lease in the household and qualify for the GM card rebate. Customers must qualify for top-tier credit through GM Financial. Silverado discount requires trade of 2012 Chevrolet GM card rebate qualification, plus dealer discount. See salesperson for complete details. Offer ends July 31st. Must take delivery by July 31st.
This is Bill Keeler, and I have to tell you, my family relies on New York Sash, and we have several times when it comes to home improvement, and so have so many members of our family. And right now, there's an awesome time for you to take advantage of what New York Sash has to offer with their America 250 sale as they celebrate America's 250th with an amazing opportunities here. Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you'll get 1 free. 4, get 2 free. 10, get 5 free. The list goes on. There's no limit. Plus, you'll save 50% off expert bath installation. And here's the biggie. This is huge. Qualified buyers can receive 0% financing for 25 months, making it easier for you to do it now and not use the maybe next year excuse. It's time to do it now. It's New York Sash. Go to NewYorkSash.com for details. Call them 624-7344 or visit them on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, New York Sash.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
It is 8:58, just about a minute left in the show here. A couple comments that I wanted to share, or actually the list I wanted to share of some Republican name Republicans who are questioning the photo of Mitch McConnell. Former member of, I think it was Congressman Jason Chaffetz, who's now on Fox. He's a contributor there. Ron Johnson and Laura Loomer are among those, and then you have some on the left who are questioning it as well.
Wasn't Ron Johnson the former doctor to like Clinton and Obama?
No, Ron Johnson is, you're thinking of a different Ron.
Oh, okay. Jason Chaffetz was the former congressman from Utah.
Correct, from Utah.
Who fills in on Kill Me once in a while.
And Ron Johnson is a current senator from Wisconsin. So he is very well known. And one more, we talked to Nancy Ford this morning about that photo. A journalist who's worked in the business for a long time sent me a message saying, Nancy's one of the most brilliant photographers I have known. She was commissioned to photograph my family, and her work was astounding. She is a pixel queen. So I don't know. We'll see if more comes out on this today. We'll talk about it again tomorrow. Have a great day and stay cool, everyone.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Tate Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.